or done. U.S. only. See store for details.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In Office Orlando.
To everyone who believes family is what mealtime is all about, let our guest Emmy share what she loves about Culver's.
From the moment my family walked in, we knew Culver's was the place for us. Being greeted by someone who's truly happy to see you, you don't find that everywhere. There's just something nice about a cook-to-order butter burger and creamy, fresh frozen custard that tastes like it was made just for you. But time with family, now that's what's really special.
Stop in and experience what mealtime means at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious. To everyone who needs a little delight in their day, let our team member Paul tell you about one of our favorite sweet treats.
Ending mealtime with a special treat is a tradition in Wisconsin. And what better way to sweeten your day than a blue spoonful of a Culver's concrete mixer? We handcraft our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard with any mixing you crave, from the indulgence of Snickers to the richness of pure Dove chocolate.
Come to Culver's and let us make your day a little bit sweeter. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Everyone's headed back to school, and I've got your key to looking fine in the car line. Hey, it's R.C. Hill from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. Right now, you could drive a nice new car for just $9 down. Ditch your old ride. You'd be proud to show off in the new 7-seater 2023 Outlander or the stylish Mirage. Cleanest gas car in America, 43 miles per gallon starting at $15,900. Hurry, this deal's done when the school bell rings. I'm R.C. Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. See all my A-plus rides at rchill.com.
Offers require bank approval. See dealer for details.
Need to chill? You will instantly feel like you're on vacation when you step into Hurricane Grill and Wings in Apopka. With island decor, live entertainment daily, handcrafted cocktails, and chill vibes, you can relax. Hurricane's Apopka has you covered for food, fun, and family. Dine in, take out, or delivery. Enjoy wing specials on Monday, wine and whiskey on Wednesday. Sundays, it's bottomless mimosas plus kids eat free at Hurricane's Apopka. Offering daily specials and happy hour Monday through Friday. Escape the storm of everyday life at Hurricane's Apopka.
Can we talk about your allergies? I know, there's nothing you can do for them, right? Well, thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus, there is. More than 8 out of 10 Aspire patients find relief that lasts for years. Even people like you who thought there was no cure for their allergies. Look, inflation is still a thing, and those over-the-counter allergy meds aren't getting any cheaper. Aspire Allergy and Sinus has solutions that last, so you can save in the long run. Go to aspireallergy.com to book your appointment today. aspireallergy.com.
Pollo Tropical has a real Cuban sandwich, down to the cut. More roast pork. Esto es lechón, and it will always be lechón. Ham, cheese, pickles. Because without pickles, it's not a real Cuban. Mantequilla is a gift from God, and it's pressed until the cheese melts. A classic. And the drive-thru, it's like una ventanita. The Cuban sandwich from Pollo Tropical. It doesn't get more Cuban than this.
Heard of the job? Dial pound 529 on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you deserve better. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Radio.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The 3 best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Wednesday, August 16th, 2023. Lots to get to today, from be prepared to be scared to we spotted a crazy question mark in space and a brand new case for mailbox money, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina.
Hello.
Hello, C-Lane.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show. All you have to do is go to thenewsjunkie.com, Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/The News Junkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Wednesday?
Pumped. Not bad.
Fritz on the Street coming up today.
Hell yeah, son.
Yeah, a couple hours away from Fritz on the Street, so the competition will be heating up fast there.
Heated.
Right now, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great big wide world of ours. And we go to the U.S. Treasury Secretary. Her name is Janet Yellen. She is a super old lady, and she just came back from China with a wild story. Let's listen in and see what happened to her.
You set off a frenzy because you ordered a mushroom dish that contains apparently what are considered magic mushrooms. Mushrooms that can be hallucinogenic. And so now these wild mushroom dishes are selling out at that restaurant's branches across China. You have sparked all this. May I ask you, I'm just quite curious.
What is that noise?
Like?
That's her.
Oh.
That's her living. That's her living. That's how she sounds. Or maybe recovering from the magical mushrooms and the trip that she went on accident, because she said she had no idea this thing was hallucinogenic. And old lady Magoo goes over there and accidentally orders it.
Wait, I mean, is it not there in the title? Like, this will get you effed up?
Maybe it was in Chinese, and she looks at the menu and she goes, yeah, I'll take this one.
Isn't, like, drugs, are they very strict about it in China?
I guess not. She ate these things at this restaurant. Here she goes.
The mushroom experience.
So I went with this large group of people, and the person who had arranged our dinner did the ordering. There was a delicious mushroom dish. I was not aware that these mushrooms had hallucinogenic properties. I learned that later.
Yeah, when I was freaking out.
A little later, when you're like, you guys feeling weird right now?
When I was staring at that lamp for 2 hours.
Counting the spins of the fan in the room, like just absolutely melting down over here. She's like, you guys okay? Or, I don't know, I feel a little strange
I realized
right now.
I was tripping when I had 4 heads.
She was tripping, and she had no idea what was going on, I guess.
When you were sleeping and having visions, or...
a little bit of a delay?
I read that if the mushrooms are cooked properly, which I'm sure they were at this very good restaurant, that they have no impact.
Yeah, I think she might still be feeling the effects of that a little bit.
Or she's just old.
Yeah, could be a combo of the two. Don't start tripping in your 70s and 80s. I don't think that's a good idea. If you've gone that far in your life without taking some magic mushrooms, some psilocybin, any kind of LSD products, you might want to just stay off of that, because that could rock your world all the way to death if you really have a bad trip, I would think. Right now, we're seeing it happen. We always see it happen. What's the surprise here, really? But there are conspiracies about the Maui wildfire, because, always we end up here.
What's the conspiracy?
The conspiracy about the Maui wildfire.
The government did it?
Is that the Chinese government, them damn magic mushroom folks, they had something to do with this. It was the Chinese that were behind this whole thing. And they did it with space lasers.
Oh.
Some kind of secret energy weapon they used. And it's because I've seen these videos.
Is this Marjorie Taylor Greene talk here?
No, I don't know if it's her on the space lasers.
Doesn't she talk about space lasers?
She may be in on this. I'm not sure. I haven't covered all the bases just yet. But I know that there's a lot of people on YouTube into this. And there has been a bunch of weird stuff where in certain places in Hawaii, you can film the ground and you can see like these lasers going across the ground. But I think they're from satellites. And it's like some satellite thing.
That's weird.
And so naturally, we take the weird space laser thing that's going on, the strange phenomenon, and we go, that's how the fire started.
I mean, do they have an idea of how it started? Not the conspiracy theorists.
I don't think they know yet, because it says in this right here, NBC News, it's still unclear what caused the fires. But the severity of the destruction in West Maui has been attributed in part to the high winds from Hurricane Dora, which was in the Pacific. We talked about that. And Dora was responsible for whipping it up more.
but they think it was these Chinese space lasers that caused all these problems.
Okay, if that helps you sleep at night, sure.
Right. Yeah, that puts us all at ease, I guess. Now we know who truly did this. We can focus on something else. No need to worry about the Hawaiian folks who don't have homes to go back to right now. We've solved the big mystery here. So those folks are trying to put things back together bit by bit, piece by piece. That is just absolutely horrific what happened over in Maui, in the spot where this all went down. And obviously there's some people who are going to pay for this in some way, whether it's the power company, because they said there are I forgot how many, but there's all these sirens, like warning sirens in this area. I don't know what the sirens are intended for, just any kind of emergency maybe. And they said none of the sirens were ever set off.
Excuse me?
Like, they didn't ever set off a siren to warn people that there was danger incoming from the fires.
Mind you, this is the place, 3-4 years ago that they all got an Amber Alert that a missile was headed their way, and that was a mistake. But when there was actual danger, nobody was
Well, they
alert.
wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
You know? They wanted to make absolutely sure.
We screwed up last time. Should we really send out this alert? Should we set off these sirens right now? Let's be careful. Meanwhile, everything burns down. So, yeah, they're angry about that. They're angry, as I said yesterday, about the power company because the power company didn't shut down the power in the area, which is really stupid and dangerous because you get live power lines down everywhere and people get trapped in areas. And I keep seeing the stories about the poor animals, some of them that they rescued, which is great, but sad stuff out of there. So hopefully they're having better days as they move ahead in Maui. And stop with your damn conspiracy theories.
It was lasers, obviously.
Before we get to you and your dispatches, there is a story out today that had me thinking, and it's from the Daily Dot about the absolute best of the worst movies ever. And they go through this, and some of them I thought were terrible takes. Terrible takes. Some of them accurate when you think about the worst movies of all time. And I want to hear your worst movie of all time that you secretly like over on the newsjunkie.com with your dispatch today.
Oh, I can have at least 5 guesses that's on that list.
What would you put on your list?
On my list?
Or what do you think is on this one? But let's start there.
Both on my list and on that list, Showgirls.
Showgirls, not on here. That's the stripper movie, right?
Yes, but
who's
so
in
much
that?
more.
I always screw up who's the star in that one.
From Saved by the Bell.
Kelly
Jesse Spano.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen that. It was so long ago.
So good. Mommy
Good,
Dearest.
bad, good.
It is bad good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad brilliant.
Is there nudity in that?
So much nudity.
Okay, it's about strippers.
Yeah, I mean, I figured. I was
It's
just
called Showgirls.
I know, I understand.
So much nudity. She has some sort of exorcist orgasm that is very famous in the cult classic world.
Right.
And it's just brilliant. I highly suggest it.
There's a lot of people that like these terrible movies. And one thing I expected to be on here was The Room, because that's
Room's
like
supposed to be one of the
that's
worst.
a legendary one. And there's people tour around and do speeches and show the movie.
Is Xanadu on there?
Xanadu is not, actually.
What the hell? What about Mommy Dearest?
Mommy Dearest is not on here.
Forget
the
it.
title of this article is The Best of the Worst Movies?
Best worst movies you need to watch.
Best worst movies you need to watch. Are these mostly because we always talk about how critics are more into dramas and comedies typically don't get any recognition.
Bunch of comedies.
So there's a lot of comedies.
Yeah.
Groundhog Day is that on the
Groundhog
list?
Day is not in
I
here.
love that movie. A lot of people hate it.
Yeah,
There's a lot of older stuff.
The first place for the best worst movie is Troll 2, which I've never seen in my life. I don't know that one.
Come on.
I never even heard of it, honestly. I mean, I guess I knew there was a Troll movie
Grease
franchise
2
out
on
there.
there?
Number 2, I absolutely disagree with. They said number 2 was Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure,
What?
which is a fine
Isn't
movie.
that like one of the first ones?
That's a fun movie. It's good. It's, Keanu Reeves and that other guy that nobody remembers anymore.
Whoa.
And they had fun going back in time, and that was a great. That's like you want to talk about a cult movie?
Yeah,
they had the show for Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios.
Oh, that was fun.
There were cult fans of the show about the movie.
Shout out Jason Horn.
People were way into this.
Hey, you guys remember that one guy?
Oh, which one guy?
The guy.
What? Oh, yeah, there was a guy who knew like all the lines in it and stuff.
Yeah, remember that they also got in almost a fist fight to get in the front row.
Yeah, there was people who were big fans of this. That's why I stand by it. They say Serendipity, which is just like a rom-com.
Yeah.
That's another dumb one for this list.
Cusack?
They say best worst Adam Sandler movie, Jack and Jill, which is
supposed to be one of the worst
terrible
ones.
movie. That is not a great one. Life Itself, I've never seen that. The Best of Me, best accidental stoner movie, Reefer Madness, which I think is the classic
Who
movie.
made up this list?
Twilight is on here.
Twilight is a good one.
Twilight's
It's a good battle.
But that was big and popular when it came out. Those movies were successful, I think.
It was, and it is a good watch, though. There's a lot of corniness to it.
Matthew McConaughey's Fool's Gold, which I'm not familiar with.
That's the one with Goldie Hawn's daughter.
Kate Hudson.
Yeah. I think I have seen that, actually.
It's the one with him and Kate Hudson that's not How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Right.
The last one is Marvel's biggest failure, Howard the Duck, which was a terrible, terrible movie. Back when that came out, and that's where they're like, Marvel movies are never going to be big.
So for this, they kind of did. I mean, I don't know if they're ranking these as best worst movies or are they doing like categories, like almost bad movie superlatives.
Right,
like,
they broke it up a little bit.
Yeah, because the Adam Sandler one is 100% correct.
Yeah, I mean, Jack and Jill, all those movies like that, some of those are just really, really, really bad.
What do we say for Mike Myers? There was a Mike Myers one.
Oh, the Love Guru.
Yeah.
Was he in that?
He was the Love Guru. Remember, it was like weird prosthetics.
Yeah, they don't even make movies like that anymore. They don't even make those super wacky comedies that are really out there anymore.
Was the Love Guru the one where he like was pretending to speak another language and he kept just like bowing to people and saying Mariska Hargitay?
I think so.
Mariska Hargitay.
You know, I gotta get the remote away from Courtney. I have to wrestle it away from her because now she watches these YouTube videos, and the YouTube videos are all the latest movie trailers smashed together, which is kind of cool. You get to see what's out there and try to find new stuff because she's always finding greats like Butt Boy for us to enjoy and watch. And she found this movie that she now wants to watch. It's in another language. I don't know what the hell it's called, but it's about this guy. Everything starts off normal, and this guy's like, decent looking dude, and he's got like a good job, and he's got a good social situation going on. And then he meets this woman, and he's like, "You want to go on a date? You got to come back to my house."
50 first dates.
And no, and she goes, "All right." So they go back to his house, and he goes, "Oh, I got to warn you about my dog." And she goes, "Oh, no big deal. I love dogs. I'll pet the dog." And then when she goes into the house, his dog is a person in a dog costume.
Wilfred. Is that not Wilfred?
Kind of. And I said, "What the hell is this?" And the guy's like, this is my dog. And that's the whole premise of the movie. So I guess we're going to have to be watching that one. We're going to hear from you with your dispatches, of course. Send those over. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Let us know what you think is in that category and what you think about everything going on the show and in the world. When we come back, though, more mailbox money for you. Don't miss out on this because it will pay off for real. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You text us at 77031 and we say it on the air. Sometimes.
We might even give you credit.
Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for congestion and delays due to an accident if I-4 is a part of your travels. Eastbound, before the Lake Mary Rest area, traffic is backed up. Before mile marker 95 and the right lane is blocked. You can expect delays due to an accident on Sand Lake Road heading westbound at Turkey Lake Road. The left shoulder is blocked due to an accident on State Road 408 heading westbound near State Road 436. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Need an oil change? Valvoline Instant Oil Change is happy to help. Drive in, stay in your car, and let our friendly certified technicians get you back on the road in no time. No appointment needed. Go to getyouroilchange.com for money-saving coupons. Why wait? Come see us today.
Get ready to win your way to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival and $1,000.
You'll be there.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
September 22nd and 23rd.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Having the time of your life is more rewarding than ever when you visit any MGM Rewards destination nationwide. Dine, stay, play, and earn on all of it. Details at MGMRewards.com. Subject to earning and redemption limitations applicable to certain purchases and in certain states.
In this week's Marketers Report, Dana Nussbaum, Executive Vice President, Worldwide Marketing at Warner Brothers Discovery, weighs in on regional audio marketing.
Although we're marketing at a very broad scale, it does include specific local markets, and that's the beauty of iHeart's network.
As the #1 audio company, iHeartMedia gives marketers access to the audiences, influencers, and data you need to grow. If you're a marketer, go to iHeartResults.com.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Take control of your health and your wallet at healthfinder.fl.gov. Your one-stop shop to compare medical facilities in your area. From copays to x-rays, asthma treatment, and ultrasounds, healthfinder.fl.gov gives you a straight answer on cost and lets you compare against providers. Choose wisely. Live healthy at healthfinder.fl.gov. Paid for by the Agency for Healthcare Administration.
Hey, it's Jesse Kelly. When a restaurant closes, my reaction is, that sucks. They had good steak. When regional banks close, or 3 of them close overnight, it freaks me out. This is why I have my own personal gold reserve. It's part of my personal protection plan. Call my friends at Oxford Gold Group. Call 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant or harder to follow. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. CordellCordell.com.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be signs that your digestive system isn't working at its best? But taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil supports your daily digestive health using a special plant-based fiber called psyllium. Psyllium works by forming a gel in your digestive system to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Metamucil's gelling action also helps to promote heart health and slows down sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels. Start feeling lighter and more energetic by taking Metamucil every day.
Find high-quality health care in Florida at healthfinder.fl.gov. Effortlessly explore facilities based on quality measures like infection rates, surgical complications, and readmissions. Compare safety records for medical facilities like hospitals, nursing homes, and outpatient surgery centers with ease. Elevate your healthcare decisions with the transparency tool at healthfinder.fl.gov. Choose wisely. Live healthy. Paid for by the Florida Agency for Healthcare Administration.
Are your health insurance premiums making you sick? Did you go with one of those high-deductible, limited network Obamacare plans? Well, you're not stuck with it. Or did you go with a health plan outside of the marketplace that's costing you an arm and a leg? There are better options. The folks at USABG Florida offer plans where you only meet a deductible if you go into a hospital. You pick your doctors, and it's 30 to 60% lower than most other plans. If you pay for your own health insurance, you're uninsured, you're on COBRA, or your employer coverage is just too expensive, you need to talk to an expert. Call USABG Florida at 321-380-4540. That's 321-380-4540. Or go to USABGFlorida.com. That's USABGFlorida.com. They can customize a plan chosen and managed by you, not the government. Don't let your health insurance premiums keep making you sick. Call USABG Florida today at 321-380-4540 or USABGFlorida.com.
Craft Beer Festival is back at SeaWorld Orlando. We're serving up a party for beer lovers with more than 100 craft brews, wines, and cocktails. Plus, savor more than 20 perfectly matched food selections. And top it all off with festive entertainment and fireworks to keep the party going all day long. This is one craft beer celebration you won't want to miss. The fun is brewing weekends now through Labor Day and is included with park admission. Get your tickets now at SeaWorldOrlando.com.
Get A-plus savings on a huge selection of like new certified pre-owned Nissans at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Real Radio 104.1.
stuff out there. I saw they did this poll with this huge sample size. Like all these people were asked this question, and they asked everybody, what do you think your IQ is? Is it genius, above average, average, below average, or very low IQ? And what do you think people mostly said?
I'm a genius.
I'm a genius. I'm the smartest of the smart. Everybody's like, a genius. I think it was like 70% said genius or above average. And then like a decent amount of people said average. Almost nobody copped to being below average IQ or low IQ.
I wish this survey would follow up with the IQ test.
Right afterwards,
be like, hey, asshole, you didn't get it.
We're all wandering the same world. There's a lot of dummies out there. Unfortunately, there's a lot of you. Right now, you listening, you may be a dummy. I hope you're not. You're probably in the genius category. But there's a bunch of dumb people out there. We see it every single day. Just go for a drive. Go for a drive and go on a couple major roads.
Go on the internet.
Go on the internet and go in a comment section on any kind of controversial article, or just a regular article for that matter. Just go wander around digitally or physically in the world, and you're going to see that there's a lot of people who aren't answering this correctly. Genius and above average, like 70% of the people. Kyle on YouTube says, I'm probably average IQ. Look at this guy, in touch with it, not trying to shoot too high.
What do you think you are, Sean?
Genius, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, clearly. I would be at the top of this. Courtney and I did an IQ test years ago, which was pretty funny because I woke up and I was like bleary-eyed and I saw a link for an IQ test. And so I take the IQ test, hungover and bleary-eyed. And then she goes, what'd you get? And I, showed her what I got. I forgot what it was, but I did pretty well. And she goes, okay. And she like gets ready, like has a glass of water, like prepares herself. And she's like on a mission to get me. She wanted to beat me. And everybody thinks that they're way higher in terms of IQ than they actually are, including Eddie on YouTube who says genius. He's a genius. A couple geniuses actually checking in right now. Lee Rhodes says definitely not any dispatchers. No dispatchers making the genius list. People have very, very high opinions of themselves sometimes. And that maybe is part of the larger problem that we see. You should maybe, do you think this would be a good thing if before, at some point in your life, maybe before you got out of high school, they had you take an IQ test?
I believe that's called the ACTs.
ACTs are fine, but I'm talking about actual IQ tests. ACTs are more about knowledge you've gathered. IQ is about your potential to have knowledge in different fields. And it's like, if I tried real hard, I could be this smart. I would love if right before you graduated high school, they made you take an IQ test, and then somewhere publicly, that IQ score stayed with you for the rest of your life. So when you hear somebody say something, you can go, all right, who is this person? Should I actually trust in them right now? And you go over and check and see, 64 IQ.
Like it gets automatically attached to your Twitter handle?
It's like a credit score, kind of. Yeah. It gets right on the end of your social media profiles. Would be brilliant if they did this. I would absolutely love to see that. And also, the brilliant thing that they could do is for news outlets. They do fact-checking sometimes, but generally everything's like partisan and stupid. I wish they had like actual accuracy scores on predictions for news outlets. So when people are saying, here's what I think is going to happen next, if you see that their prediction score sucks, just like a Rotten Tomatoes score, you know what to expect from that outlet, and you wouldn't trust it. The problem is you can never do that in a nonpartisan way because people are really, really dumb. Really, really, really dumb.
They say they're geniuses.
Or above average, at least, at the very least. The above average is a fun one because they go, well, I'm not going to be braggy and say genius. I'm just going to check in where I think I can be reasonable with my above average. If you're even very low IQ, you should have done what I believe we told you to do when the Apple class action lawsuit went down. They called Batterygate at the time. You remember this? Where they said some of the phones had battery issues?
Yes.
And we all had these phone models. I'm pretty sure we did this. You're about to, if you did sign up for this and listen to us when we did the call for Mailbox money, get $65 from Apple, which that's not too bad, right?
Oh.
You know, when you
I
think about
mean,
that?
considering the thousands we pay for the phones.
Yeah, it's the least they could do. And if you get $65 free and you go out to dinner and, enjoy like a drink or two, and then it's paid for by Apple, that's a good feel. So those of you who did this for this class action lawsuit, $65 is on the way. This happened back in 2020, and there was a whole bunch of money that Apple was required to pay at that time. Let's see what you got going on. Tons of you chiming in today. Don't forget Fritz on the Street is on the way in a little bit here on the show. Over to Awesome McCoolname with a dispatch about IQ.
Hey, news junkies.
Hey.
Awesome McCoolname here. In regards to IQ tests, I think I know exactly where I'm at, right? If you ever listen to any of my brilliant dispatches, you'll know immediately I am way below average.
All right, at least he's copping up to it.
I need to think about my life. Anywho, you guys take care of yourselves. Have a great day.
Thank you, Awesome McCoolname. Brisby on YouTube says, high IQ when I was young. Stuck me in gifted all through school and college. Now I am dumb as a rock. Just absolutely.
How much drugs did you do?
I'll tell you, on some days, if I have a day where I don't drink at all the night before and I get like a really good night's sleep and my brain is just zooming, I'm like, oof, I'm operating on a high level. But most days, I'm like, I am barely operating over here.
And it takes a couple days for you to not drink and get a good night's sleep.
Yeah, it doesn't always line up like that. Like in school, they always used to say that. I don't know if they've ever done studies on that, because in school, when we were about to take a test, they'd go, make sure you eat your breakfast.
That's right.
It was a good night's sleep and a good breakfast.
Yeah.
And that always meant that, like, I wasn't getting cereal that morning. I was getting eggs and bacon.
Nice.
Like, I was getting a good meal.
That didn't happen in my house.
I feel like that would make me fall asleep. No, they're like, here's a banana.
Yeah,
that's about it.
I'm with you on that. When they say stuff like that, I go, well, has there been a study, like an actual rigorous study?
I don't know, but it makes me sometimes eat right before Fritz on the Street.
Get ready to go? Well, test it out today, because we're going to be doing that in a bit here. I don't know if they've ever tested that out and seen if that really works, or if it's just one of those things that people say. Here is Insecure Walrus talking about the best, worst movies.
Sean, Troll 2 is almost definitely the best, worst movie. It's terrible. It was originally made by an Italian director, shot in Salt Lake City. It was originally called Goblins, and the people that produced Troll 1 decided, we're going to buy this and rename it Troll 2. So it has nothing to do with the first Troll movie.
Really?
It features an entire town called Nilbog, which is goblin spelled backwards, that is full of these people who are, I don't know, they're like plant people or something, and all they want is for visitors to become plant people like themselves. So they're always trying to feed these
cult.
people that come to town
basically
this weird food that'll turn them into plant people. And the star is a dentist from Salt Lake City.
I have a vague memory.
As soon as he said the dentist part.
No, I have a vague memory about Trolls in general, the Trolls movie.
Oh, yeah.
There was some reality show. I'm probably going to screw this up, but as I recall, there was some reality show, and I think Ashley Simpson was on it, and they were trying to get her movie career going. They're like, Ashley Simpson needs to get some movies.
Well, Ashley Simpson was in a reality show with her husband.
Was she? It might have been from that, or maybe
which one?
The one who's related to Diana Ross, I thought.
Wait, Ashley Simpson's husband was Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy back in the day, but not anymore.
Reality TV show.
Yeah, I mean, I do remember her having something. And
the Ashley Simpson show. Very creative.
Okay, well, there we go.
When you first mentioned Troll 2, I guess in my head I thought of Trolls 2.
Yeah.
Like the kids movie with Justin Timberlake and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now that I look at the IMDb page for Troll 2, it's a good contender.
It doesn't look great?
It looks like a terrible movie.
I forgot who it was. Somebody correct me on this if I'm getting it wrong, but I thought it was Ashley Simpson, and they go, we're going to launch her movie career. We're going to make her a big, big star. And they were soliciting for scripts and movies for her to be in, and they got like no hits. And the only thing they got was Troll 3, because they were going to make a third one, I guess. God. And it was like, oh boy, it was like an embarrassing thing. And I guess it never happened, as far as I know.
The thing that this dispatcher just described, where they like took a completely different movie that had nothing to do with Troll 1.
Already done.
And they just repurposed it and just called it Troll 2. And it wasn't like it was barely had any connection to the first one.
Yeah.
Is basically what they did with Super Mario Brothers 2 in America.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. Super Mario Brothers 2 in America was a Japanese game with a completely different name. And they just changed the characters into Mario and Luigi and Peach. And then they were like, here you go.
Really? But that was the second one?
Yeah.
So, I see what you're saying. They just changed the little people who you were playing in the game.
Yes.
So they made the game with different characters, and then you put the Mario Brother characters in their plays.
That's why it's so weirdly different than 1 and 3.
Yeah, 3 was good.
3 was damn good.
3 was a classic.
3 was all right.
Here's Synth Solution.
Get out of here.
With a dispatch.
Go to Beyonce.
Hey, junkies, how's it going? One bad movie I like to go back and watch here and there is from 1994, an old Jean-Claude Van Damme movie called Street Fighter. Not because of Van Damme, but because of how over-the-top Raul Julia is as the villain in what ends up being his final role.
You know what I would say should be on this list? And I'll get some heat from this. Because there's people who love this movie.
Emoji Movie.
No, good God. Remember the press tour for that movie?
Yeah, it was right before T.J. Miller lost his mind.
And he's like, this is the most important movie ever made. The Emoji Movie is the biggest movie ever made. The best, worst movie to me is a little movie that I'm not sure if you guys have seen, but it's called Big Trouble in Little China.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
That's a cult classic.
It's like weird and cheesy, and there's all kinds of stuff going on in this movie. But somehow it ended up being good, and people really like that movie. Let's go over to one more. Here is Funny Name with a Conspiracy.
Hey guys, good morning, afternoon.
Hey.
The conspiracy theory that I've seen, Sean, is that how the cars that are in the area are melted down to next to nothing. And they're saying that the flames couldn't get this hot with the brush fire.
Sounds familiar.
Like 9/11 inside job BS. Yep. But they're also saying that just before the fire started, there was talks of trying to buy massive amounts of land to make the 15-minute cities that everyone's so terrified of. And they're saying it was a land grab by the government and developers to make these 15-minute cities.
Alternatively, let me posit this to you. Maybe it was a fire.
What?
Maybe it was a fire. Because
calls himself the news junkie.
Fires happen, and fires can be terrible, and cities have been destroyed by fires before. People get wrapped up in this 15-minute conspiracy thing, this 15-minute city thing, which, if you don't know, it's a thing that people are pushing out there as a result of climate change. There's some policy experiments that are being brought up, and one of them is like, we need to force everybody to live in the city, death to the suburbs and rural people, and we need to get everybody to live in these cities where everything's no more than 15 minutes from you, and you can't drive from one city to another city because of fossil fuels. And so that conspiracy is like spreading into other conspiracies, it would seem, at least that's happening. All right, here's Brandy. She's talking about companies sending you free stuff. We'll do this and then get to a break real quick.
Hey, guys. Happy Wednesday.
Hey.
Yesterday, there was a discussion revolving around Courtney and her lean cuisine soon-to-be coming package. Hey, Court, congratulations, and keep doing it. Sabrina, you are so right. All these people do is hear horrible things about their company all day long. When they get a compliment, they freak out, and they just kind of, I don't know, malfunction and want to just make you happier.
Here's too much.
This happens all the time. 8 times out of 10, I get something, whether it be a free shipping coupon from Bath & Body Works by logging into chat.
Nice.
That is probably my best tip. Log into chat and ask for free shipping. Or I contacted Taco Bell simply because I wanted to know if they would do coupons for a wedding. I was willing to pay money to put coupons in my wedding goodie bags. Huh. They said they didn't do that, but they still wanted to wish us a happy wedding. So they mailed us 2 hoodies and a $100 gift card.
Dang.
We are sleeping on this, man. This is so easy to do. All you have to do is like go, hey, M&M's, I think your product is delicious.
Okay, I think that we're talking about this too much now.
We're spreading it around too much?
Yeah, and then we're going to get caught and it's going to ruin it.
Oh, yeah.
And so in that case, just there has to be a little bit of truth to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, make sure that they do deserve this compliment.
Well, Courtney was worried about the same thing you're worried about yesterday. she was worried about, because I talked about the lean cuisine thing. She thought everybody was going to buy out that type of lean cuisine at the grocery store. So she bought them all.
And now
She bought them all.
She bought all of them.
Stinking cute. I went to go look up because there was one flavor that I absolutely loved in college. It was like the ricotta spinach something. Got in a huge fight with my roommates at the time because one of them ate it.
Somebody took one?
And then I go to look it up. Discontinued.
Yeah, that's
I
the
should have
problem.
emailed them a long time ago.
Yeah, that's the problem. They do that.
Courtney being concerned that you talking about the barbecue chicken sandwich.
Whoa, what are you doing, man? Just generic.
Oh,
just
am I going to get you in
the
trouble?
Specific type
for
of
mentioning
lean
the barbecue
cuisine.
chicken sandwich.
No,
lean
what are you
cuisine?
doing?
This is how Game of Magnets started.
It's very true.
Which is why we'd like to announce Game of Barbecue Chicken Lean Cuisine.
Put it on the back of your car.
She was really worried about this. I don't blame her. She loves them.
Amazing. You never know what could happen. And C-Lane, I know you were joking about Epsilon. I am in the liquor industry. Tag all of these liquor companies. If you do it enough, maybe even 3, 4, 5 times, who knows? Who knows what type of mood these people are in that are running their socials? They might send you a hat, a t-shirt, heck, maybe even a manufacturer coupon for a free bottle that you can redeem at Publix.
Yeah.
Who the hell knows? Just do it. Shoot your shot. It's free. Why not? And today is Fritz on the Street. Hey, Sean, been a while since you've had a podcaster. What do you say?
All
anyway,
right.
Good luck, everybody, today. Happy Wednesday. See
I'll
ya.
do it because it wasn't a brain-dead dispatch. It was a good one, Brandy. I'm going to give you the smiley face as well.
Alcohol brand.
Oh, no. The smiley face is not a smiley face. Oh, no.
Did you just block her by
I
accident?
accidentally gave her the sad face.
No, now you have to pick her.
I got to give her the star. All right, I'm going to pick you, Brandy, for Fritz on the Street. Thank you for your dispatch. And that is a smart idea. We're all going to look like NASCAR drivers soon. Coming in with our Taco Bell hats.
I'll do it.
Hardee's shirts.
I have no problem.
Our, is Miami Subs still a thing?
Yeah.
Our Miami Subs pants.
Seriously, what would you consider like emailing? Like, what are your top 3 favorite products that you want free stuff
man, I'm trying to think. Something that I really go nuts for.
Jameson all day.
Sriracha, I love. Oh, that salsa that I was Miss Renfro's habanero salsa was one of my favorite things, and they took it away from me because I didn't email them. If I would have emailed, I'd still have the damn things. And to this day, somebody emailed me. In fact, a couple of days ago, somebody emailed me and said, "How many do you want me to buy?" And they were in a grocery store, and there was a bunch of Miss Renfro's habanero salsa. And I was like, don't worry about it. But damn, I missed out on that one. When we come back, we're going to hear from you. Those dispatches are lining up. We got Fritz on the Street on the way. We have so much to get into. Plus, there's a question mark in space. I don't know what that means, but it seems weird. So we'll talk about it. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. You can expect a mix of sun and clouds to start your day, but rain chances on the rise after 2 o'clock. Heavy rain, frequent lightning, and the chance for strong wind gusts will be possible, so make sure you stay weather aware. Hot highs reaching the low mid-90s today, and it will be humid. Feels like temperatures into the triple digits, and that trend continues for your Thursday. I'm Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Need an oil change? Valvoline Instant Oil Change is happy to help. Drive in, stay in your car, and let our friendly certified technicians get you back on the road in no time. No appointment needed. Go to getyouroilchange.com for money-saving coupons. Why wait? Come see us today.
It's one thing to suffer from allergies as an adult, but it's really tough on kids running around with sniffles or stuffy nose during recess or practice. Not to mention, it's hard to concentrate in school when you're not feeling well, and then you feel bad because you forgot to give them their allergy meds before they left. All of that can be a thing of the past thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus. They've helped thousands, including children, with their kid-friendly allergy testing and pain-free allergy drops. Schedule your appointment today while the kids are out of school. Go to aspireallergy.com. That's aspireallergy.com.
And it's a beautiful day here at the Weekend Getaway.
Oh no, looks like a loose stair on the porch.
And he is out.
Add another one to the IL.
Not how they wanted the season to start. At Morgan & Morgan, we know injuries can come out of left field. As America's largest injury law firm, we've recovered over $15 billion for our clients. If you've been injured in an accident, call Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant or harder to follow. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. CordellCordell.com.
Here's what Fence Outlet customers have to say about their experience.
You know, my wife makes fun of me for all the research I do before buying something. Boy, I'm glad I went with Fence Outlet for our new vinyl fence. They've been in business 25 years. They manufacture their own white vinyl fence, and they stand by it. 2 other companies closed just 2 weeks after we got their quote. I'm not one to say I told you so, but I wonder how good those other warranties are now. Thanks, Fence Outlet.
Go to fenceoutlet.com. That's fenceoutlet.com.
License number C-10252 and C-10803.
I like to cook on the Big Green Egg. Why? It's impressive and everything turns out great on the Big Green Egg. If you don't have one, you got to go to Wassey's Meat Market and get a Big Green Egg. They have the lowest prices in the country. They also have all the accessories. They even have a classroom set up to teach you all the basic techniques on the Big Green Egg and advanced techniques. When you get the Big Green Egg from Wassey's Meat Market, there's a lifetime guarantee. So it's Wassey's Meat Market. Check them out on Instagram or just go to their website, wasseysmeatmarket.com in Melbourne on Wickham Road. It's wasseysmeatmarket.com.
The best time to get a great deal on a Jeep SUV is now during the Summer of Jeep event. Visit Jeep.com or your local Jeep brand dealer to find the perfect Jeep SUV for you. Get $3,500 total cash allowance plus finance and get no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2023 Jeep Wrangler Sahara. Financing and deferred monthly payments for well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital. Not all buyers will qualify. Interest accrues from date of purchase. Residency restrictions apply. Take retail delivery by 9/5. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Pollo Tropical has a real Cuban sandwich, down to the cut. More roast pork. Esto es lechón, and it will always be lechón. Ham, cheese, pickles. Because without pickles, it's not a real Cuban. Mantequilla is a gift from God, and it's pressed until the cheese melts. A classic. And the drive-thru, it's like una ventanita. The Cuban sandwich from Pollo Tropical. It doesn't get more Cuban than this.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Shooing seagulls away from our beach snacks is easy, but keeping my frequent heartburn away, that was a full-time job. I had to chew up to 10 antacids a day to manage it. Then I tried Prilosec OTC. Just 1 pill a day blocks my frequent heartburn for a full 24 hours, giving me one-and-done heartburn relief. Thanks to Prilosec OTC, now my heartburn's on vacation too.
Prilosec OTC. 1 pill a day, 24 hours, 0 heartburn. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Look, our money is being attacked from every angle. Inflation, rate hikes, banks failing. That's why thousands of Americans have decided to protect it with gold and silver. Goldco can help you diversify your money, and you could get up to $10,000 in free silver. Call 855-707-GOLD.
Globally, 1 in 3 women experience domestic or sexual violence in their lifetime. In the U.S., on average, more than 3 women a day are murdered by their husbands or boyfriends. You don't need to be an expert to help someone who's experiencing domestic or dating violence. Express concern, listen without judgment if they're willing to talk, and offer to help them find support services. Go to knowmore.org to learn more and contact the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233 for help, or call 911 in an emergency.
Now that we've all quit Facebook and started talking to each other again. What's that? Nobody's quit Facebook? Facebook.com/RealRadioOrlando. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
mysterious question mark spotted in deep space. What does it all mean? It's real weird. We'll get to that in just a moment here. But obviously, this is a week where Trump is going nuts on Truth Social. You know, he's screaming. He's upset about this Georgia situation. And have you heard what he's been calling people who are on the other side of this?
Oh, no, but I'm excited for the creativity.
It's a little uncomfortable, if I'm honest with you.
Like a slur uncomfortable?
Just feels uncomfortable,
Go
honestly.
ahead, Sean.
So all the people who worked to, in his words, rig things for the election, he has been referring to those people
I already know where you're going with
as
this.
riggers.
Yeah.
And riggers is
That is
a little uncomfortable. Of course, you know, it's not the other word. And he's using it to refer to people who are rigging something, so I can see it.
That is a thin line.
It just feels uncomfortable.
I mean, you know it's a job, right?
What?
A rigger.
Oh, yeah, like a construction job.
Yeah,
right,
sure.
yeah. But he's not using it like that.
Yeah, but
he's using it like people who rigged things for...
I get that.
But wait until some news outlet, cable news or local, that they go to read the story and they accidentally slip up and immediately they're fired.
Yeah, that's one of the ones you look at in the teleprompter and you go...
There has to be other synonyms that we could use.
You go, here goes
He's
nothing.
doing it on purpose.
I'm gonna make sure I'm careful with this one. Here we go, and bam, you got to nail that every single time. So he's been throwing that term around. I saw it trending this morning on Twitter.
You could use. I looked it up, and it just gives me more of rigor. Journeyman.
Journeyman.
How about a journeyman?
Well, if it's somebody who's in construction, and you're saying, you know, the riggers were doing their job over here and they were successful in rigging the blah, 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 that's fine. But when you're just like, you know, we got to stop the riggers and you're going out there saying that stuff, it starts to sound bad. It starts to sound a little bit weird, I think. NASA has released something, and this is up on the See It Now section of the newsjunkie.com so you guys can take a peek. It's amazing. It's a photo from that James Webb telescope. And they looked deep out into space. And when they show
this looks fake.
When they show deep space photos, doesn't it look like a little kid did it? Like when they show their deep space photos, they're like, "Oh, we took a picture. Here's what deep space looks like." It looks like a little kid's version. If a teacher said, "All right, draw me space," you're like, "Okay, some big star-looking things over here, some twisty guys over here," and in the middle of all of this is a giant question mark. And it's so weird to kind of see. Look at that. It seems like if we follow that, that's where the answer to what is life all about, where did we come from, all we have to do, forget Mars. Elon, drop it. Forget the Mars thing. Let's build something and go to the question mark as fast as we can.
And then once we get there, it's going to be like salad fingers or something like that.
We'll take it. It would be something at least. Think about this. If you were in a spacecraft,
lemonparty.org.
You're in a spacecraft, Sabrina. You're traveling through space. You know, space is whirring by outside.
Hey, space.
And you go, where should I go to next? If you see that question mark, are you telling me you're not going directly to the question mark? 100%. I want to see what's at the question mark in space.
Now, this is like a time-lapse photo, right?
I don't know how look, I do not know how the James Webb telescope works. I only know the one thing that was...
called himself a genius earlier.
One thing that was disheartening to me was when I learned that when we see photos of space and sometimes things like this, it's not actually how they saw it in the telescope, and they color things in.
Right.
And they do a little photoshopping, and they spruce it up. And I don't like that. I want to see real pictures, and I want to see what things really look like to the human eyeball. But this is straight up a question mark in space. And we're going to learn where we all came from if we get to that question mark. So we have to chase this down as fast as we can.
Y'all figure it out and let us know. I'm not going to space.
A new photo from the James Webb Telescope has led to giant questions, or moreover, one about a giant question mark. The photo was released by the European Space Agency on July 26. They said this was way out in the cosmos, and the original image shows two stars, Herbig-Haro 46 and Herbig-Haro 47, forming the center of a disk of gas and dust. Just beneath the stars, you can see a massive question mark in this photograph. Again, go over to thenewsjunkie.com And on the See It Now section, you can see what I'm talking about. It's absolutely real. They say the fact that it's darker in color means it's even further out in space. And I think we found it. This is it. This is where we go to get our answers to all the big questions in life. And I'm excited. I, for one, am excited to see what we learn at the question mark. Let's work into dispatch real quickly. Again, go over to See It Now in the News Junkie website or in the News Junkie app, and you can check this out. Here is the lovely Lolita talking about me, I guess.
Sean, you are a genius. I don't care what they say.
True.
Anybody who had the same thought as I did about testing people's IQ like a credit score, genius, because I often thought that should be part of maybe your Match.com.
You're a genius
profile, connected with your license, on your medical record. I agree with you. You are a genius.
Thank you.
And if you
Wow.
pick me
Say
for
it one
Fritz
more
on the
time.
street today, I promise never to call you when I'm all popped up on NyQuil like I did yesterday.
Wait, what'd she
I'm
say?
sorry.
Popped
Thank
up.
you.
Okay.
Bye.
I already picked Brandy, unfortunately. The lovely Lolita.
and she also only said all that so that you could pick her.
No, she likes me. She's a fan. She's the one who said some things about me last time. Remember? It got awkward?
No.
Yeah. Oh, she was.
She had dreams about you?
Yeah.
Oh.
She said I was handsome, I think. I don't know. I don't remember what it was.
Oh,
It was
no.
flattering.
She's the one with the big boobs?
I don't remember. We have so many dispatches, I lose myself in them. But you're right, the lovely Lolita. You are a genius, and I'm a genius. We're just a couple of geniuses, a couple of genii
And
over
humble.
here. Never be humble. Here's Concrete Mike, and he's talking about being below average.
Happy Hump Day News Junkie crew.
You too.
So, Mr. Awesome McCool name, we know you're below average on your IQ because you introduce yourself in your dispatch with your name.
Oof.
And we all know by now, anybody that listens to this show, the News Junkie, Sean says everybody's dispatch handle before he even plays a dispatch.
Even ones I don't want to.
Everybody, not just you, Mr. McCool, all you dispatchers, stop saying your name in a dispatch. We already know who you are before it even plays on the air.
Thank you, Concrete Mike. Tell them. You tell them. I appreciate that. Last Poet on YouTube says, the question mark in space is millions or billions of light years away. We'll never get there. Well, not talking like that, we won't. We got to be positive about this. We got to get out there deep into space and find this. Have you seen Star Wars, Star Trek?
Yeah,
The
based
future
on a
space.
true story.
It says it's about going out there and exploring the universe. And if you're going to explore, I'm telling you, if you were in a video game, you'd be beelining it for that question mark. That will be happening. We're going to hear from you. We got Fritz on the street on the way, and the military and Gen Z run into each other in a real bizarre way. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. 104.1. From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for slowdowns due to an accident on State Road 436 heading westbound at Station Street. The right lane is blocked. Authorities are clearing up an accident on I-4 eastbound. Before Lake Mary Boulevard, the right lane is blocked. Traffic is backed up to mile marker 95. You can expect delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Huey Magoo's Chicken Tenders.
Love chicken tenders? Well, you're in luck because Huey Magoo's is right here in your neighborhood. And with grilled, hand-breaded, and sauce tenting for every chicken tender fan. Visit HueyMagoo's.com to find a store near you.
The Idaho Massacre podcast investigates the 2022 killings of 4 University of Idaho students. After a cross-country manhunt, a PhD student is charged with the crimes. But were these his only victims? Join the producers of the Piketon Massacre to explore all sides of this shocking crime.
Like so many people, this case hit us particularly because of the sheer magnitude of violence and tragedy.
Listen to the Idaho Massacre on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Just call up, just call up, just call up, just call up. Injured on the go, just call up.
Mo DeWitt, Office, Orlando. Sung by non-attorney spokesperson.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, it's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes D.L. Hughley, who is known for being astute and politically savvy in his comedy, on August 18th and 19th. Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. Above all, come for the comedy. We could all use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail servers, and wait staff, food runners, dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the Central Florida area. Please call us at 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
Ken Jeong. You guys have a good time? From The Masked Singer, Community, The Hangover Trilogy, and Dr. Ken.
To be hangover rich and famous as an Asian kid, man. My dad went from father to freeloader just like that, you know? You better get me good grades. After the hangover, you better get me S-Class Mercedes.
Ken Jeong Live, October 8th, inside Hard Rock Event Center at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. Tickets are on sale now. For tickets, go to Ticketmaster.com or HardRockTampa.com. Seminole Hard Rock Tampa.
Your spark is all you need. And let's be real, you don't have time for smoke and mirrors anyway. So ditch all the pretentiousness and the lighter it rode in on with Blue. Blue e-cigs are available in a variety of satisfying flavors and nicotine strengths. Even better, it's odorless. When you're living unlit, you're comfortable being your true you. And no one will mistake ashtray for your signature scent. Blue. Get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Fontum Holdings 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fontum US LLC.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant or harder to follow. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. CordellCordell.com.
Everyone's headed back to school, and I've got your key to looking fine in the car line. Hey, it's R.C. Hill from R.C. Hill Mitsubishi. Right now, you could drive a nice new car for just $9 down. Ditch your old ride. You'd be proud to show off in the new 7-seater 2023 Outlander or the stylish Mirage. Cleanest gas car in America, 43 miles per gallon, starting at $15,900. Hurry, this deal's done when the school bell rings. I'm R.C. Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. See all my A-plus rides at rchill.com.
Offers require bank approval. See dealer for details.
If you're a pro painter, do you know how much you're paying per gallon for paint? Paint stores try to convince you that you're getting a good deal with deep discounts. But what they don't tell you is their starting price is too high to begin with. If you buy paint from the Home Depot, you're getting the lowest price per gallon on Behr paint, guaranteed. We offer everyday low prices on every gallon of top-rated Behr paints, stains, and primers. Plus, pros earn discounts through our Pro Extra Paint Rewards program. That's the value of the Home Depot. How doers get more done. U.S. only. See store for details.
Hi, everyone. Jim Colbert here for my friends over at Life Imaging FLA. Man, in just one visit, Life Imaging FLA has shown its worth to me. And at 55 years old, I just cannot shrug off lingering aches or unexplainable pain anymore. With known kidney and prostate issues on both sides of my immediate family, I don't ignore those now. The instant I had the opportunity to visit Life Imaging FLA for their free heart scan, I didn't pause for a second. And what do we find? Cyst on my kidneys and a mildly enlarged prostate. I took that scan info directly to my primary care doctor, and we started building my plan immediately to feel empowered and even even better, more in tune with your body so you can get the most out of life. No dyes, you don't take off your clothes, and it only takes minutes. Don't wait. Do what I did. Call Life Imaging FLA right now for your free heart scan with just a few minimum requirements. That's a $699 value. And while you're there, ask about their cancer screening as well. Just pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan. That's pound 250. Say the keyword free heart scan and you'll be connected in seconds. Guys, make that call and make this the day you take control of your long-term health care. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto-dial text message from iHeartMedia.
Get 15% off your entire order every day when you spend $5 or more on the McDonald's app. App download required.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because clients and character matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Men are in crisis mode right now. We'll figure out why in just a moment, but I just saw this post on my next door, and I said, well, I'm not doing that. Good luck to this guy, but I'm not going to be involved with this. Some guy, I'll leave his name out of it, posted on my next door, and it says, is any neighbor willing to allow me, only me, no kids, no spouse, etc., to come scoop leaves out of your pool or brush it down just so I can jump in and cool off?
Yeah.
I just
Red Flag City, man.
I just tried to take a cold shower, and the water was so warm I was sweating while showering on all the way cold, he says. And he's just looking for a place to
the
jump
cold
in.
shower thing shouldn't really be... I mean, you should be able to take a cold shower and not sweat.
Hey, maybe you have a fever, bud. Maybe there's some, like, a medical issue going on here.
Yeah.
If it's actually cold and you're all
I mean, where are you getting your water from in your neighborhood? You're the only guy with a well?
Something is happening that does not make sense.
And he's going to masturbate in your backyard.
No, I'm not letting him over.
I mean, there is
I'm going to answer it for you, though.
There is such
Here's the address. Come on over.
There is such a thing as like a community pool or like a... Maybe you could just get a day pass at a YMCA or something.
One down the road.
Yeah.
You know, there's one not too far from here.
Imagine just having a stranger come over and like take a swim in your pool in the backyard.
No,
I'm gonna get
not without calling the cops. I can't.
I'm gonna get a kiddie pool and be like, yeah, come on down, man. And they just use a tub of really hot kiddie pool water.
The only person I can think of that would do this is new pool owner and lover Fritz, and that's because Fritz is like the kind of guy like, come on over, buddy. Yeah, no big deal.
He's a nice guy.
Come over, enjoy the pool. I love the
pH
pool.
is totally balanced.
You're gonna love the pool just like me.
Yeah, but the other part of the equation is depending on the pool. Like we did a bunch of work, over the weekend, and then Sunday after we were all said and done, we're like, all right, let's jump in the pool and cool off. The pool was warm.
Right. It's so hot out there.
The pool was like early 90 degrees range, which is something that we would usually set the heater to do and did not need the heater at all.
Isn't it weird? Because you always want that happy medium where it's not when you, like sometimes when you go in the pool, you're stepping in inch by inch.
Shockingly cold.
Yeah, as it like rises up your body and you're, oh God. And everybody goes, oh, don't worry, you'll get used to it in a little while. And then it's either that or it's like stepping into a French onion soup. And that's what we're at right now.
Count me in.
We're thick and hot and gross.
Can we step into a French onion soup?
Yeah, I'm not going to
make that happen.
I got a guy. I'll make that happen. There is a crisis for the modern male right now. I know that because I keep seeing story after story after story like this. I'm looking on the Newswire, and there's stories why the modern male is struggling and what to do about it. The New Yorker said, what's the matter with men? The New York Times says it's not just men and boys who are struggling right now. There's tons of these articles. Mr. FAB holds thug therapy for dozens of black men struggling with mental health.
FAB.
FAB hole?
Nope, no, just Mr. FA. I made it not right. Mr. with the H. FAB holds thug therapy for dozens of black men struggling with their mental health. The Washington Post says Men are lost. Here's a map out of the wilderness. The struggles of men are a problem for everyone. Why men and boys are struggling, blah, 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 on and on and on. All these articles all over the place about the modern male struggling out there. And there's something to this, mostly because there's not a lot of good voices speaking to men out there, which is why, if you've been paying attention, you see the bad actors who fill this void. First, it was, and I don't think he's really a bad actor necessarily, because when he put out his book addressing this stuff, it was insanely successful. Jordan Peterson was out there, and he was like, I'll talk to these guys who seem to be struggling. Then the void was filled with somebody like Andrew Tate. You know, nobody knew who Andrew Tate was. He was like a failed kickboxer. And then all of a sudden he's like, let me go out there with a message to talk to these people who feel like nobody's addressing them directly, and feel like, whereas we have to, in this world, we have to change everything we're doing to make it easier for every other type of person to exist. For men, it's just like pull up by your bootstraps and stop being a pussy. That's the language that you constantly get. And there's another story out today from the New York Post, and they say we all fit into one of these three categories. So, C-Lane, tell me which one is you, and we'll see where I land here. The first masculinity type, defined by researchers, is called neo-traditionalist. And in neo-traditionalist, if you fit in this category, a man, quote, largely follows traditional gender roles, such as being the provider and the protector in the relationship. That's number one. Is that describe
Protector, maybe. Provider.
I don't even know about protector for me. I don't know if I'm going to fall in that one. The second clearly defined typology is egalitarian, which involves a man who's seeking more equal partnership with emphasis on mutuality and measurable give and take, which I feel like I like that one. I like where you kind of are in a partnership and you're going at the world together. And then there's the third and final clear category for you men out there that's called progressive. And that pertains to men who, quote, work on building gender equity in the partnership through regular, purposeful conversations with their partner to adjust who does what. And that seems weird to me. I'm not having those conversations.
Regular conversations about our roles?
Yeah, like you just sit down and go, oh, what's going on with this? You would think that would just come up. You wouldn't have to have those kind of things. Everybody, they say, according to the New York Post, falls into these categories, but less than a quarter of men in a study categorized as neo-traditional. That's like the old school style, the traditional gender roles. Only 24% of people were in that category. Most people found themselves in the second one, which is where I landed. And they said 26% of men fit into the progressive masculinity category, meaning on their focus on fairness and social justice. And they checked their own privilege to justly operate within the relationship and more broadly in society. Everybody falls into one. Not sure which is yours, but let us know. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and send us a dispatch now. Meanwhile, there's a military recruiting crisis as well. Crises all over the place. And the crisis is with Gen Z and trying to recruit folks from this generation. I don't know how all of this works anymore. Did you guys have ROTC on your campus?
Yes.
I did not.
We didn't, I don't think. Or maybe we did and I just don't remember. But I think it was fairly common in public school, at least.
We had a really bad other alternate meaning for ROTC.
Oh,
go on.
What's the actual meaning? Recruitment officer technical college.
Yeah. That's it.
Genius category.
Reserve Officers Training Corps.
Nailed it. All right. So that's what it really means. What did you...
In high school, it's junior ROTC.
Mm-hmm. Right.
We called them something of the campus.
Oh, that's mean.
Retard of the campus. You terrible
Really
kids.
bringing that back.
Terrible kids.
I will say, though, the people that I did know that were in ROTC, like, high ranking. This one dude I have known since, he was little. We worked at camp together. He is now like part of, I forget what branch of the military, but he got to see like secret files.
Oh, really?
And that he's sworn to secrecy, but he had like a whole day along with his other brethren that he was part of JROTC and then obviously went through basic training and now high ranking, that he got to sit at a computer and find out all the secrets.
I want to sit at that computer.
You can't, dude.
Or at Mar-a-Lago, because you could do both. They just bring out the document.
I want to sit at that computer or in the bathroom at Mar-a-Lago.
That's where all the info is.
My friend...
I got no info over here.
My friend went through the ROTC program in high school, and then shortly after high school, just went straight to basic training, straight to boot camp for the Marine Corps. I think he ended up on, like, presidential guard or something like that. Like he ended up like
is that like Secret Service but a different thing?
It's in the Marine Corps, kind of. Yeah, it's you're saluting them at the base of the helicopter.
Oh man, when I was a little kid, for a little while, I wanted to be in the Secret Service, and then I realized.
Oh my God!
Can't you wait till I run myself down? You got to run me down. I know I'm not cut out for Secret Service.
Okay,
dude.
I will see your Secret Service and raise you. And I'm doing this to relate. Okay, do not hold this against me. But I wanted to be a crime scene investigator, or Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese is a little bit more strange.
I wanted to be the mascot of Chuck E. Cheese.
Well, you had mascot experience. That would have worked out for you.
Yeah, I realize I'm not going to have...
You guys aimed really high.
Oh,
I wanted
what
to
did
be
you want to do?
I wanted to be a crossing guard. that guy gets his own stop sign.
That was your dream?
No, it wasn't my dream.
Kid, you want to be a crossing guard?
At one point, I wanted to be a security guard at the mall that rides on the horses. That's how I described it. But
the only way I can relate to Sea Lane's crossing guard thing is when I was in... I believe it was middle school. It must have been middle school.
1945?
There was not 1945. I wanted so bad. And like, I really, really, really wanted this. Beyond the dirt bike that I wanted my parents to get me that they never got me, but then they got my brother. And I'm not holding that against them even after their death. I really, really
How's that brother doing?
Look what he turned out to be. If I would have had forget it.
Wow.
I am guiding you down a bad path.
I got to learn to swerve. I just swerve in another way. I wanted so bad. I mean, I just thought about it constantly, and I obsessed over it. I wanted so bad to be a hallway monitor. Because Patrol.
Yeah, we are really making ourselves not look cool.
No, because Patrol got to go to Washington, D.C. on that field trip that they did every year. You guys didn't have that?
No.
Oh, if you were a Patrol at my school.
I didn't think we had hall monitors.
It's Crestwood Middle School in Royal Palm Beach. And if you were a patrol there, you got to go on the yearly trip. And the yearly
do
trip,
what? Hang out with other patrol nerds?
You go with all the patrol people to Washington, D.C.,
Nerds.
and they do like a tour of Washington, and they show you everything. And I didn't care about like getting kids in trouble in the hall or anything like that, but I wanted to go so bad.
The only offer we had to Washington, D.C. is if we would march to stop abortion.
Okay.
And I'm like,
that was the thing.
All right, but y'all want to get effed up together while we're marching for abortion?
I'm telling you, back then, I probably would have done the abortion
anti-abortion.
march. I would have done the abortion march just to get the trip to Washington. I wanted to go so bad. I have no idea why. And I never got it. I never got patrol for various reasons.
And that's when things took a turn. Highlighted tips.
It might have been. It might have been
Jankos.
when I swerved in life. But
Free on.
back then, I wanted this so bad. And then the day came when all the people who did get to become patrols were going on their Washington, D.C. trip. And I was so upset that my mom was like, we're going to go do something today. And she took me to like Space Zone or something. We had this place called Space Zone.
What the hell is Space Zone?
Space Zone.
Nowhere near boobs or vagina.
No, that's very true. I believe it was on Okeechobee Boulevard. I don't remember exactly where it was. It might not have been there. And it was like a Dave and Buster's for poor people. It was the most bootleg little, like, I don't know if you... I'm not
Been there. That was boomers for us.
What do you call... Yeah, we had boomers down in Fort Lauderdale was a place that we went to a whole bunch of times,
And
too.
used to be called something else for years.
But this Space Zone place was the crappiest version of that you have ever seen in your entire life. And they had only like 5 or 6 games. They had a merry-go-round inside. I have no idea why that was a thing. It was so crappy. And that's where we went. And I was even madder than not going to Washington,
That
D.C.
and Swap Shop.
Swap Shop was the big back in the day.
And that was like our parents would take us there. Like, we're going to Swap Shop.
Mhm.
We're going to see all these like incredibly abused circus animals.
Oh, yes, of course.
And then we're going to buy incredibly cheap knockoff items.
Yeah.
And that's Disney World.
Celine, you ever heard of Swap Shop?
I've heard the name before, but I've never been to one.
It was a place down in South Florida, and it was like the biggest flea market style place you've ever seen in your life.
Oh, yeah.
Like it went on for days and days and days. And when you went there, your parents were like, everything is cheap here. Food, all the things are cheap.
My father taught me how to negotiate when I was younger.
Oh, none of the prices are firm. You can you can negotiate for stuff, and there's like rides that you could probably die on
For
there.
sure. And inside was a circus.
Yeah, there was a circus.
But imagine going to like your local mall, and then in this tiny little area are elephants.
Yeah.
There's one elephant that was not looking good.
Like shriveled up looking.
Somebody's asking if you were wrong on Space Zone. Was it Discovery Zone?
Discovery Zone.
No, it wasn't.
I remember
that's
that.
Radio
bad
Michael
boy.
7. It wasn't Discovery Zone. It was a place that was a one-off. It wasn't a chain. It was like a Dave and Buster's, but the worst version of it. As if some local businessman said, hey, Dave and Buster's is really great. Let's do this. But then when he started to do it, he realized he didn't have enough money to launch a proper place. And so you went in there, and it was like sparse. There wasn't that many things to do. And
I like how All Day Yuckers put it. Dave and Busted.
basically, that's a good name for what this place was. It was so bad, man. I'll see if I can find anything on this, but there's probably no existence of it anymore. Anyways, maybe somebody in West Palm on Real Radio 92.1 or 101.7 on the Treasure Coast, maybe you went there too and you know this place, you remember it. If so, send a dispatch or email me, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. I'm sure I'm getting some of that wrong. Anyhow, Gen Z is a problem for military recruiting. The recruiters out there are saying the folks feel like they're going to be let down by the military. They're not excited about going into these ROTC programs, and they're trying to make this work for everybody. The qualifications for getting in the military, I think, are still insane. I told the story not that long ago. The great bar that we used to go to all the time, we still go to every week, Van Barry's, which if you haven't ever been, when you come in town, go there. It's awesome. And the bartender who was there was this young, she was like ripped, right? She was like in really good shape and muscles everywhere and stuff. And
muscles everywhere.
I think she actually like lifted weights and stuff, right? And she tried to go into the military, and they're like, you didn't pass the test. And I'm like, if you don't pass the test is stupid. Our test is wrong. If you're not physically fit enough to pass the test, I certainly am not physically fit enough to pass the test.
I mean, she probably was physically fit enough to pass the test, and then they found out she had bone spurs or like
it wasn't bone
heart
spurs.
condition.
I think I don't know if it was asthma, but it was something like that. It was like this silly thing where it was like you could give them a gun. Asthma kids can fight and shoot people just as good as anybody else. What? That's true. Asthma kids, flat-footed kids, bone spur kids, give them all guns.
Gay kids.
All of them could get out there and shoot a gun at the enemy better than and I can, certainly. We got a lot of problems to fix, I guess. I'm sorry I just went on a rant on all sorts of things. I don't know what happened there. Blacked out for a second. Let's figure out what's going on with you in the meantime. Here is Mercenator. It says DZ song. I think that's Discovery Zone. Hang on, let me get this. It's still coming in. We'll also get to Ryan as a jerk in a second, but Mercenator is right here.
DZ at Discovery Zone, where I can do what I want on my own. I can jump, climb, swing, and monkey bars.
That place was cool.
DZ, where kids want to be. Oh, God.
Are you from South Florida?
Years old and
Still stuck in her head?
That's sad. Bye.
Discovery Zone was. Did you ever go to that?
I went.
It was
once.
awesome.
I went to one Discovery Zone.
It had like the giant ball pit, but then
Yeah.
you would zip line and then go like it was like 4 stories of different tubes. Pee everywhere.
They didn't have any trampoline stuff at Discovery Zone,
I thought
right?
they did.
Did they?
And have like those like nets too that you'd have to crawl through.
Yeah, it turned into like it was basically like the thing that they have at McDonald's, the play area on steroids.
Right.
All the hamster tubes you could crawl through, and yeah, I went like I think once when I was little with my brother. My brother got all the things, didn't he? Yeah. Here's Ryan as a jerk talking about Swap Shop.
Say what you will about the swap shop, but that was where 10-year-old me Saw his first pair of boobs. My life has changed.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
God bless that horse.
Oh, God bless that horse.
Okay.
All right. When we come back, we're going to get to you.
The woman was riding the horse.
Possibly.
God bless
that. Or that horse had boobs.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for that. When we come back, we're going to hear from you and your dispatches, plus something that is affecting 2 out of 3 of you. And you got to hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Something on your mind? Text us at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for delays due to an accident on State Road 436 heading westbound at Station Street. The right lane is blocked. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Rouse Road heading southbound at University Boulevard. You can expect delays due to an accident on I-4 eastbound before Lake Mary Rest area. The right shoulder's blocked. There's delays due to an accident on Sand Lake Road heading westbound at Turkey Lake Road. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. At Blindster, we offer over 50 different custom window treatments, including faux wood blinds and shutters, all at prices less than retail. Plus, we'll send you free samples before you buy. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
Hate to break it to you, but chances are very high that you're leaving money on the table. But there's a silver lining and a hero amongst us, and that's that mortgage guy, Don. Let that mortgage guy, Don, get the money off the table and back in your hands where it belongs. Get a free fast quote review at thatmortgageguyDon.com. Hit the compare button, and Don will review your quote today. Now, that mortgage guy, Don, he's a mortgage broker. He's not a corner bank or a retail lender, and that means he has direct access to wholesale lenders that consumers do not. Wholesale lenders that are competing for your business. If you want to see a difference, go to the website, thatmortgageguyDon.com. You'll see immediately it's very easy to navigate through. It is chock full of information for you. And, of course, you have direct access to the expert himself via live chat, email, Zoom call, appointment, or get your question answered live this weekend on the Home Loans Radio Show. Plain and simple, no spam, no hassle, just peace of mind.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
When you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. But you're clocking out and happy hour's already started. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Here's what Fence Outlet customers have to say about their experience.
The Fence Outlet team is knowledgeable and professional. They have fair prices and they take care of the permits. I'm very happy with my Fence Outlet fence.
Check them out for yourself at fenceoutlet.com. License number C10252 and C10803.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
The best time to get a great deal on a Ram truck is now, during the Ram Make This the Summer event. Visit Ram.com or visit your local Ram dealer to find the perfect Ram truck for you. And now, current FCA owners get $8,980 in total values on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Total values include combined cash allowance and $2,980 Bighorn Level 2 package value. Current vehicle must be registered at least 30 days prior to purchase. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 9/5/23.
Since 2010, Anheuser-Busch and Carroll Distributing have raised $22 million to support scholarships for families of fallen veterans and first responders through Folds of Honor. For 13 weeks, June 12th through September 4th, Carroll Distributing has donated 13 additional cents from each case of Bud and Bud Light sold in Brevard County. Join the monsters from Real Real Radio 104.1 on Friday, September 8th, broadcasting live from the Cocoa Beach Fish Camp as we present Carroll Distributing's additional donation to a Brevard recipient. That's Friday, September 8th at Cocoa Beach Fish Camp starting at 6 a.m. For more info, visit realradiomonsters.com on the events page.
There are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left. Well, not just any track.
We're basically going to have to win.
Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive.
1 point to the good.
And for fans to experience an event unlike any other. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
After an accident, it's important to hire an attorney right away. Evidence can disappear quickly. Sure, you could wait to hire an attorney later and see how things turn out, but delays never make a case better. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Major phone carriers make you sign contracts with rigid data plans to trap you into a kind of forced phonogamy. Sounds pretty insecure if you ask me. At Consumer Cellular, we believe in a more consensual and healthy form of phonogamy, free of contracts and more flexible to your data needs. This way, you stick around not because we force you to with contracts and fees, but because you love our phone plans. Like ardently love our phone plans. Phonogamously. Consumer Cellular. When freedom calls, we're here to answer. Call us at 1-888-FREEDOM.
Hi, I'm Marissa Thalberg.
And I'm Stephen Wolf Pereira. Come join us for our podcast, Brand New.
So what's really new about Brand New? Well, Stephen and I are not only longtime C-suite executives, we're friends.
Because of that, we've got a lot to say about tech, entertainment, advertising, media, and marketing, what we call Team.
It's real talk from the inside, personal talk too, and it's meant for everyone rising in business or just interested in it.
Just look for the Brand New podcast wherever you listen.
It's a brand new conversation you won't want to miss.
Go back to school in a new Nissan with no payments for 6 months. Shop Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
To me that precisely zero people are talking about is how we obviously have a problem in this world with people who are just so bored. They're so bored that they have to keep ratcheting things up to the next level of crazy. They have to do things like we talked about on the show where they put these wingsuits on and they fly around the mountains. They have to do all these more and more extreme things. Why? Because I'm chasing after that rush. I'm too bored out here. And I'm just going to flat out say nope on this. And this is visual, but I'll pop it up on See It Now after this segment. This is where I say we've gone too far. Like, why does this need to be a thing? This is insane to me. There's a video of this couple, and they're at like a picnic table type thing with wine, and it looks like maybe a charcuterie board or something. Mm-hmm. And they're above a waterfall, just suspended in the air, and it goes back, and you see...
Oh, yeah, that's a hell no.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to eat.
It's on like...
I'd be shaking.
It's on wires, so they slide it out there as if you're going to be zip-lining.
Imagine having a tomato bisque up there.
Oh, my God.
It'd be everywhere.
No way. We've gone too far. You're supposed to have fun doing simpler things. People used to like going on bike rides and just kind of hanging out with your friends and maybe like playing a game in the backyard, playing some horseshoes. And now you're like, what are you doing on Thursday? I'm going to be on a picnic table suspended over a waterfall. We're going to have some wine and risk our lives while we eat this charcuterie board. It's all too much. We don't really need to take it any further than this. In fact, we need to roll it back. We need to roll it back. Now I think if you did ziplining somewhere, people would be like, you went ziplining? Please, that's embarrassing. That's nothing. Ziplining is like the lowest form of extreme stuff.
Play the video again?
Hold on. You went parasailing. Oh, who cares? It's not enough. You got to suspend yourself over a waterfall on wires on a picnic table, drinking wine and eating charcuterie.
Okay, is there a server that comes and zip lines to you in case you need a refill on something?
Yeah, if you need something out there, you might be in a little bit of trouble.
Imagine you drop your fork. Are you screwed?
I mean, they're. I think they're strapped in somewhat. You can see some
they
straps
have harnesses
on the lower half of their body, but it's just nightmare fuel. It's just so stupid. Everybody, calm down.
It's a great picture, actually.
Of course it is, but it's like if we do
but
this,
homeboy is freaking out.
Yeah, he's
the
trying
girl's
to keep
like,
it cool.
Hey, and she's talking to the camera and giving the peace sign, and he's just looking at his food, wanting to get this over with.
So much of this is influencer culture, and it's like, oh, you went to the waterfall, big deal. I did this, and
I ate on the waterfall.
You have a fast car, I have a faster car. You jumped over this, I'm jumping over this. I'm jumping off a building, and it's just, oh my God, everybody chill out, man. We used to be able to do small, simple things. You do a donut in a parking lot, and you have a rush for a month or something. No, it's nothing. It's not enough for you. Holy cow.
Did you ever learn to do handbrake turns when you were a kid?
Yeah, I did it once. I wasn't very good at it. You talk about when you go full speed and then you just rip the handbrake and the car slides sideways?
My friend would do it. It freaked me out, especially the first time, because he would do it in parking garages.
It was my favorite thing to do.
I mean, I never drove a car that had a handbrake, so it would have been very difficult. But
he just used that as his turning mechanism in the parking garage?
He would then...
Yeah. What an asshole. I would have been shouting at that guy.
He didn't hit any cars.
Somehow he made it. I don't know how people live through this stuff. We have to recenter ourselves. Maybe we do need to cut off the progression of just human culture right now. I was banned for a joke on Twitch that says, Sean is scared of heights, so of course he doesn't get it. No, it's not that I don't get it. I just think it's like now you have to go so far. You go, we're going to go water skiing this weekend. All right, are we going to be shooting guns while we do it? Well, then why are we even doing it? What the hell? You've got to, it's got to be so over the top to be anything crazy enough to get people's attention anymore. You could just have a picnic. You could do all these simple things and enjoy your life. You don't need it to be so extreme. My God.
I wonder how much they had to pay to get the people... to
do that,
probably some riggers.
Right.
I don't want to I don't want to make you uncomfortable, Sean, but there were some riggers involved in this.
In this case, yes, I would believe so.
And then to run the wires, to get this picnic table had to be of a particular build to sustain something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't just a regular picnic table. It's clearly made for something more. Okay, it says eat at a dinner table suspended 150 feet in the air. I think that's a different one, actually. Daring couple shares a romantic meal while suspended over waterfall. Death by romance. I wonder if they found out where this actually was. This is the same couple, and it says it doesn't say where this was. But I wonder how much it cost. It must have been expensive as hell to do this stupid stuff that we keep for some reason wanting to do. 2/3 of you, yes, that's right. 2 out of 3 of you listening, hanging out with us right now, are affected by addiction, according to experts. Millions of Americans addicted to drugs or alcohol. Sabrina was talking about, she's watching that new docu-series about, is it all about the pill crisis? Or
it is, but it's a dramatization based on true stories, but they've obviously added drama to it.
Right. So it's like actors, but they're doing the true story. Who's in it?
Matthew Broderick.
Oh,
is
really?
Playing the main guy from Purdue Pharmaceuticals.
Yeah.
And everyone else you'd recognize, but I don't have their names off the top of my head.
They said 2/3 of those surveyed said either they or a family member have been addicted to alcohol or drugs, have been homeless because of an addiction, or overdosed or died from drug use. 17% say they themselves have been addicted to drugs or alcohol, had a drug overdose, or were homeless because of an addiction. That's too broad, the category that they're giving them, because there's such a big difference between saying like you have an addiction to saying you overdosed to saying you were homeless because of that addiction. An addiction can be something that you have even though you're still fully functioning in your life. You're still working, you're still paying your bills, still doing all of the things. It's starting to hit close to home right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Okay, one more.
Why do you even print these stories?
One dispatch, just to remind myself. Here's AJ Soup chiming in about Space Zone.
Hope everybody's having a good day. Sean, you are not wrong. Space Zone was a thing. My husband also grew up in West Palm Beach. It was on Okeechobee Boulevard, and it is currently occupied by a launch trampoline park.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
That's why there was, every time I tried to Google it, there was a trampoline park showed up.
It's like a big industrial type building, and all of the decorations, all of the stuff inside were the lowest of rate. Like, it was embarrassing inside there. And I just remember going, and my parents would go, "Oh, this place is way cheaper." And I go, "Can we go to Boomers? Can we go to, Dave & Buster's? Can we go to one of the other?" No. This place is cheaper. We're going to go here and get the ratty-ass toys you get with the stupid tickets. My God. All right, when we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
Oh, I'll tell you, Sean. What's coming up on the next episode? A new show is bringing together reality TV's biggest jerks for TV's ultimate jerk-off.
Okay.
The university students in Belgium are about to put their Taylor Swift knowledge to the test. It's me, 9. I'm the problem. Plus, there can be 100 people in a room, and 99 of them don't believe in you. But all it takes is one to reignite the Jew-face debate. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7. It's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by Gringos Locos and SecuredRoofingAndRestoration.com. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Mike, and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. You can expect a mix of sun and clouds to start your day, but rain chances on the rise after 2 o'clock. Heavy rain, frequent lightning, and the chance for strong wind gusts will be possible, so make sure you stay weather aware. Hot highs reaching the low mid-90s today, and it will be humid. Feels like temperatures into the triple digits, and that trend continues for your Thursday. I'm Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. At Take 5, they're faster than you think. That means they'll change your oil and get you back on the road in less time than it takes to get over from the express lane to the exit ramp. Just sit back and relax while their fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
Craft Beer Festival is back at SeaWorld Orlando. We're serving up a party for beer lovers with more than 100 craft brews, wines, and cocktails. Plus, savor more than 20 perfectly matched food selections. And top it all off with festive entertainment and fireworks to keep the party going all day long. This is one craft beer celebration you won't want to miss. The fun is brewing weekends now through Labor Day and is included with park admission. Get your tickets now at SeaWorldOrlando.com.
The Idaho Massacre podcast investigates the 2022 killings of 4 University of Idaho students. After a cross-country manhunt, a PhD student is charged with the crimes. But were these his only victims? Join the producers of the Piketon Massacre to explore all sides of this shocking crime.
Like so many people, this case hit us particularly because of the sheer magnitude of violence and tragedy.
Listen to the Idaho Massacre on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Find high-quality healthcare in Florida at healthfinder.fl.gov. Effortlessly explore facilities based on quality measures like infection rates, surgical complications, and readmissions. Compare safety records for medical facilities like hospitals, nursing homes, and outpatient surgery centers with ease. Elevate your healthcare decisions with the transparency tool at healthfinder.fl.gov. Choose wisely, live healthy. Paid for by the Florida Agency for Healthcare Administration.
Pollo Tropical has a real Cuban sandwich, down to the cut. More roast pork. Esto es lechón, and it will always be lechón. Ham, cheese, pickles. Because without pickles, it's not a real Cuban. Mantequilla is a gift from God, and it's pressed until the cheese melts. A classic. And the drive-thru, it's like una ventanita. The Cuban sandwich from Pollo Tropical. It doesn't get more Cuban than this.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant or harder to follow. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. CordellCordell.com.
This month, everyone's heading back to school. But while you've been busy buying new notebooks, backpacks, and lunchboxes, I've been coming up with a plan to help you buy a ride that's just too cool for school. Hey, it's RC Hill from RC Hill Mitsubishi, and I've got your key to looking fine in the car line. Right now, you could drive a nice new car for just $9 down. Don't sit in the car line with a car you hate. Ditch your old ride. You be proud to show off in the new 7-seater 2023 Outlander or the stylish Mirage. Cleanest gas car in America, 43 miles per gallon, start at $15,900. And hey, if you've gotten a low credit score from the School of Hard Knocks, don't worry. My credit specialist, great on a curve, with rates from 0%. And our used car supercenter has over 100 fresh trade-ins starting at $5,900. Visit me to finish your back-to-school shopping. And you could drive home in a nicer, newer car for just $9 down. Hurry, this deal's done when the school bell rings. I'm RC Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. See all my A-plus rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Offers require bank approval. See dealer for details.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
At Huey Magoo's, every meal starts with our mouth-watering chicken tenders. Pair them with our creamy Magoo's dip, crisp crinkle-cut fries, coleslaw, and Texas toast, and you have, well, the most dreamy meal ever. Visit us to experience the filet mignon of chicken today.
To everyone who believes family is what mealtime is all about, let our guest Emmy share what she loves about Culver's.
From the moment my family walked in, we knew Culver's was the place for us. Being greeted by someone who's truly happy to see you, you don't find that everywhere. There's just something nice about a cook-to-order butter burger and creamy, fresh frozen custard that tastes like it was made just for you. But time with family, now that's what's really special.
Stop in and experience what mealtime means at Culver's. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious. To everyone who needs a little delight in their day, let our team member Paul tell you about one of our favorite sweet treats.
Ending mealtime with a special treat is a tradition in Wisconsin. And what better way to sweeten your day than a blue spoonful of a Culver's concrete mixer? We handcraft our thick and creamy fresh frozen custard with any mix-in you crave, from the indulgence of Snickers to the richness of pure Dove chocolate.
Come to Culver's and let us make your day a little bit sweeter. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
Hey, it's Jesse Kelly. When a restaurant closes, my reaction is, that sucks. They had good steak. When regional banks close or 3 of them close overnight, it freaks me out. This is why I have my own personal gold reserve. It's part of my personal protection plan. Call my friends at Oxford Gold Group. Call 833-404-GOLD. 833-404-GOLD. That's 833-404-GOLD.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas this September.
Superstar artists from every genre.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
Take a break from the flame war. Your racist brother-in-law isn't going anywhere. Real Radio Orlando on Facebook. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
In just a moment, all things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. Plus, our friend Fritz joins us here in the studio. Fritz on the Street is coming up momentarily. Right now, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
God bless. God bless.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey. Smoke weed every day.
Yes, the next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And, of course, the Home Loans Radio Show you can tune into every single weekend or hear all the podcasts right there on the website, ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
It was 46 years ago, 1977, this man croaked. Elvis is right. He died at the age of
42.
Wow, points
Nice
for
work.
Jeff. In his Graceland mansion, he suffered what?
Heart attack?
Coronary
Cardiac arrest.
Coronary
aneurysm.
Arrhythmia.
Oh, okay.
At the time of his death, Elvis Presley's colon was twice its normal size. Been there.
Nice.
And it was due to a buildup of, and I quote, white fecal matter.
Yeah.
Elvis's notorious doctor, pill prescribing Dr. Nick, believes that the true cause of the king's death was constipation. But guess what? He's not the only one that died on this day.
I thought you were going to say, is he not the only one constipated?
No, my bowels are just fine, thank you. But it was 103 years ago, 1920, New York Yankees pitcher Carl Mays killed a guy.
Wow.
With a fastball that struck his left temple. The victim, Ray Chapman of the Cleveland Indians, became the first and only guy to ever die from a major league pitch.
That's freaky.
78 years ago, Babe Ruth died from throat cancer of 53. 67 years ago, 1956, Bela Lugosi died of a heart attack at the age of 73. He was buried in what costume? Because he was known to play
Dracula.
Dracula is
Damn,
right.
Fritz is mopping the floor with
I know.
us.
We should quiz him one day.
I just want to say this. Chapman was hit so hard in the head, they thought that the ball hit his baseball bat. So the catcher picked it up and threw
Oh,
it
God,
the
you
first.
could hear the crack
Oh, my
of his
God.
temple.
Yeah, so he was out twice.
You're going to have to move seats.
That affected me more than just the original story.
Yeah.
For some reason.
Sorry.
Bobby DeBarge died of AIDS 28 years ago. He's from the Mamas and the Papas.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
5
thought
years
he was
ago,
you're going to say he's from El DeBarge.
in 2018, Aretha Franklin died on this day. That's a lot
My
of deaths.
gosh.
Yeah. So watch out, everyone who's near death. Someone who has sparked up the Jew face debate.
Jesus.
Less
Bradley
familiar with Jew
Cooper.
face than a lot of the other faces out there.
And they're calling it on page 6, reigniting the Jew face debate, because they have released the first teaser for the Leonard Bernstein biopic that features him wearing a very large prosthetic nose.
Right.
Now, Netflix released that trailer for the film Maestro, describing a movie as a fearless love story between the brilliant composer, played by Cooper, and his wife, Felicia Bernstein.
I wonder why Jews have bigger noses. I wonder why that is a
We don't have
trait.
time for that.
I guess we don't, but I'd like to delve further into that at some point.
But now
Google, why do Jews...
Now, people are very upset, including Jewish actress Tracy Ann Oberman, known for her appearances in Doctor Who, said if Bradley Cooper is able to play the Elephant Man without any prosthetics, he should be able to play a Jewish man without any need for prosthetics, especially the Jewish nose. Now, they talked
Is
to
he playing
other
a
Jews.
real-life Jewish guy, though?
Yeah.
So if that guy had a bigger nose in real life, then it would make sense that the character would, too.
So here's the thing.
Is he
A lot of
playing-
people were Googling this man, and they were like, there was no need for the prosthetic nose at all.
really?
Yeah, they also had one person, who was it? Jewish actor. Damn it, I just had it. Some Jewish actor, I'm sure he's great, said, I just looked at it and he's fine. He gets my Jew approval.
Good to go.
This is brilliant. Usher and Keke Palmer are something else. They have decided to cash in on that big controversy from not too long ago where Keke Palmer's boyfriend decided to take it to the internet and say, dress like a mom. You're about to have my baby.
Who's Keke Palmer?
Oh, she was in Nope.
She was,
Oh, okay. All right. I haven't seen that.
and what, American Horror Stories?
I haven't seen that.
I mean, she's wonderful. She's hilarious.
I don't remember this
Huge fan.
controversy. I had to get Ashley to re-explain it to me yesterday when she was giving me this story.
Yeah, so her baby daddy shames her online after a video was posted of Keke Palmer at the Usher concert, and he was serenading her, and apparently baby daddy did not agree with what she was wearing because she has to dress like a mom now. The internet ripped him apart. And now Keke Palmer is set to star in Usher's new music video titled Boyfriend, following the concert drama.
That's stupid for a couple of reasons.
That's how you do it.
But I think one thing that people are kind of ignoring is doesn't everybody dress up to go to shows now? Don't people like wear
dressing
sexy outfits? I thought that was a thing.
I wore nipple pasties. I don't know what I'm going to wear tonight. Still freaking out about that.
You can wear that shirt. It's a good looking
It's
shirt.
so hot, and
It's got all the Beyoncés on it.
Tell you what, I'm gonna wear a damn poncho because the weather's not supposed to look good, but it won't stop me. It will not stop me, and it will not stop me from this entire Beyonce segment. Last week we talked about how Beyonce had like shipped in her own toilet seats, and everyone's like, "That's ridiculous."
That's hot.
Well, now Tina Knowles, her mom, shut down the rumors about Beyonce's travels with personal toilet seats. And she says, and I quote, "That is so ridiculous." Now, tell me this as musicians on that couch over there, C-Lane and Fritzy Boy. She says they are stands that you put fans on for the stage, and they're called toilet seats.
Oh, really?
Does that make sense to you?
Oh, wow. I'll look it up.
Now, rumors about Beyonce's tour riders started earlier this month when a source told the U.S. Sun that she can get anything she wants. Beyonce is such an elite performer, she can literally request anything. Her team makes great effort to ensure that her own comforts and a personal toilet seat happens to be one.
When I Google it, the only thing I get is this story. So I don't know if that's a common name for this, but maybe. I don't know the lingo.
Now, Atlanta, the show that I went to, but apparently it was just night one. I went to the Saturday night. This is Friday night. But throughout the tour, there has been this challenge. It's called the Mute Challenge. It's part of that song, Energy. And there's a particular part where it says, everybody on mute, and the entire stadium has to shut up. Now,
I would scream.
And everyone has, and then they get torn apart by everyone around them. But Atlanta night one, as of right now, Beyonce is deemed the winner.
Okay,
Damn.
Atlanta's the new winner.
Oh, and it just brought me some chills. Now, during my show, some bitch screamed right there below me.
Wow.
And everyone turned around.
Did you cut her?
Listen to me, Tampa. Listen to me, Tampa. We must win tonight's
good luck over
mute
there.
contest.
You know how Tampa is. There's folks over there that aren't going to follow the rules, I don't think.
Then Miami's after that. Let's try our best, those of you going to Tampa. And, of course, if you are, give me a shout on Instagram. We can meet up. I'll bring a magnet or something. I don't know. Lizzo was also given a shout-out after the lawsuit rumor, not even a rumor, it was an actual lawsuit against Lizzo. The next day, Beyonce had a show, and in Break My Soul, she mentions like Erykah Badu, a bunch of other wonderful women in the music industry, and apparently it like skipped over Lizzo's name.
And they thought that was a shot at her.
Right, and but she made up for it on Monday night's Atlanta show.
Okay.
Yeah, she said, "I love you, Lizzo," and screamed it out. So I guess that she's giving her tip of the hat to her, and a big, expensive hat to be tipped. Because according to Forbes, Beyonce's Renaissance tour is set to top Taylor Swift's tour.
Oh, really?
Which was already deemed as like set to be the biggest tour of all time.
It's
right?
supposed to make more money, or it's supposed to be what's the topping it in?
So they say, according to Billboard, the 21-show European leg made $154.4 million, selling 1 million tickets. Current predictions have the tour making $415 million and selling 2.8 million tickets. But Forbes is predicting that Queen Bey will out-earn Taylor Swift's Eras tour by $500,000.
Jesus.
Seems like chump change.
Yeah, that's like one show. Just do another show.
Considering.
Just keep fighting each other.
She shouldn't have given all that money to the tour bus driver.
Right.
But possibly bringing in $2.1 billion.
Jesus, man.
And a couple hundred of those belong to me. Oh, is it over already?
Yes.
On the boob tube. I am not watching TV. I'm going to Beyonce, baby. Depp vs. Heard on Netflix, though. That's going to premiere the series all about the trial that we watched for a whole week. Second season finale of The Wonder Years. Gordon Ramsay's Food Stars on Fox. The first season finale of The Big D. I wonder what the climax will be.
I don't know.
Series premiere of At Home with the Furies on Netflix and The Chosen One on Netflix as well. Follow your dreams and me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, Fritz on the Street, the greatest game in all of radio. And if you want to win the Fritz on the Street magnet, you got to get our attention. We're all going to represent somebody. If we win, and you get the magnet. Fritz on the Street coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 and a trip for two to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas is minutes away on Real Radio.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on the Greenway heading southbound before exit 41 Red Bug Lake Road. The left lane is blocked. There's delays due to an accident blocking the right lane on State Road 436 heading westbound at Station Street. Authorities are clearing up an accident on I-4 heading eastbound before Longwood Lake Mary Rest Area. The right shoulder's blocked. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Want to save big on custom faux wood blinds, shutters, cellular shades, and more? Shop Blindster today and save up to 50% over comparable blinds from brick and mortar stores. Get custom blinds at low prices and free shipping at Blindster.com.
I'm looking for some classic cars to buy. Go to GiveMeTheVin.com if you've got a specialty car or something nice. Mopar anything, Corvettes, GTOs, Chevelles, square body trucks, K5 Blazers, K10s, K15s, all that good GM stuff from the 70s and 80s I'm really looking for. And of course, 15-year-old and newer stuff. We buy and sell 1,000 of those a week. From you guys right here. Been doing it for 38 years. GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Can we talk about your allergies? I know, there's nothing you can do for them, right? Well, thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus, there is. More than 8 out of 10 Aspire patients find relief that lasts for years. Even people like you who thought there was no cure for their allergies. Look, inflation is still a thing, and those over-the-counter allergy meds aren't getting any cheaper. Aspire Allergy and Sinus has solutions that last, so you can save in the long run. Go to AspireAllergy.com to book your appointment today. AspireAllergy.com.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
When it's the hottest day of the summer. But it's the hottest day of the summer. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Pick up Bud Light at your local convenience store today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You can experience firsthand the real benefits of battery-powered outdoor landscaping equipment by Stihl at your local Tools Ace Hardware. And remember, Stihl products are only sold through servicing dealers like Tools Ace Hardware, which means you can't find Stihl equipment at the big box stores. Stihl battery-powered equipment has long run times and the ability to switch easily between multiple tools, like edgers, trimmers, and blowers. Stop by one of Tools Ace Hardware's 10 Stihl locations with service and repair centers right inside their stores. It's no secret Stihl outdoor power equipment is synonymous with quality and reliability. And now you can get that same great quality and reliability from Stihl's brand new outdoor battery powered tools and equipment. With 12 locations all throughout Central Florida, chances are there's a Tools near you. Find your Tools Ace Hardware and shop online for your brand new Stihl battery-powered outdoor tools and equipment at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace Hardware, your local helpful place.
The Home Depot and Behr have what you need when you need it, delivered straight to your job site and at an everyday low price. We're now delivering top-rated Behr paint, stains, and primers directly to you same day or next day. Plus, pros earn discounts with Pro Extra Paint rewards. Contact a Behr Pro Paint specialist to schedule your paint delivery today. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limitations may apply. Not available in all markets. See store for details.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Hey, you want to get a big green egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the big green egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your big green egg today.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant or harder to follow. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. CordellCordell.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
As America's largest injury law firm, size is our strength. Morgan & Morgan.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman & Lind Studios. Why Kaufman & Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio has your chance. Text and info, standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's Festival to 200-200. I'm telling you, there's a chance.
Fritz on the street, the greatest game in all of radio. We'll get into that in just a second, but you know how this goes. Here's how we play. When we do Fritz on the street, we all represent one of you, and if we win, you win, and you get your hands on the Fritz on the street magnets. Only one way to get these very, very limited numbers of these magnets, and I have picked
there's
because
another way.
Of her
stealing.
Yeah, that's true. Nobody's putting that damn thing on a bumper out there. I know that, though.
I've seen it in a stealable place, though.
Have you? Mm-hmm. When we get into this, I will be representing Brandy because she sent in a great dispatch earlier. And Sabrina, who will you be representing?
Oh, after many, many, many weeks of asking me, Bro Villa.
Bro Villa is who Sabrina's representing in Fritz on the Street. What about you, C-Lane?
I got a text from my friend the other day that said they met our biggest fan, His name is Rick Oakes, and he's a Army Black Ops guy, so he's much more manly than the two of us combined, and then some. And so I'm going to play for him today.
All right, what's his name again?
Rick.
Rick. All right, Sealand's playing for Rick, and that gets us all ready to go. Fritz, are you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Let's do Fritz on the street.
Now it's
time for Fritz on the street.
Hello, Sean. Hello, Sabrina. Hello, Sealane.
Hey, Fritz.
Hi, Fritz.
Hey, Fritzy.
Hello. Fritz on the Street, sponsored by Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go, just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO. That number, 866-CALL-MO. In first place with 268 points, we have Christopher Lane. In second place with 254 points, Sean Wasson.
Yeah.
And in third place with 240 points, Sabrina Ambra.
Moving on up.
So we have 268, 254, 240. 8 questions, 4 current event, and 4 general knowledge trivia questions. If you think you know it, chime in for that bonus opportunity. Pick up a bonus point.
Sean, I don't know if you know this, but Fritz has now celebrated an entire year of Fritz's Funhouse at Culver.
Oh, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, both of us were there yesterday.
You guys are both there.
Yeah, you'll hear a voice in the Fritz on the Street audio.
Nobody heard any of the Fritz on the Street questions.
I did not.
Honestly, I could only be there for like 15 minutes, and the moment I went to hug Fritz, it shattered his beer.
Nice.
Everywhere.
It was
What
like
is with you breaking glasses at all the
What do
places
you mean?
you're
Where
going?
else did I do it?
The strip club.
All right.
It wasn't even that long ago.
Good point.
All right, were
Something's
these
wrong
done
with my
at
hand.
Fritz's Funhouse Trivia?
That is correct. We have 10 participants. We had 10 teams last night. Yeah, so 10 participants. And it was a lot of fun. Next week, we will do it all over again. Cavo's Bar and Kitchen, Fritz's Funhouse, Tuesday night, 7:30. So if you think you know it, chime in. Without further ado, let's do
some trivia, bitch.
Let's do some trivia,
All
bitch.
right.
Question number 1. At least 99 people
Sabrina.
were killed. Sabrina.
That is Maui, Hawaii.
That is correct. Maui. Full question. At least 99 people were killed when fires broke out on which Hawaiian island? Sabrina, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Maui?
I will go with 8.
8.
7.
7 for Sean.
8.
And 8 for Sealane. Question number 1. With answers of 7 and 8.
Ding, 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 ding.
Who knows it? At least 99 people were killed when fires broke out on which Hawaiian island?
Maui. Maui.
Maui. Maui. Maui.
Maui.
Oahu.
Maui.
I'm a bitch.
That would be 7. So Sean is picking up 2 points for getting that right on the money, and Sabrina and Sealane with your guesses of 8 picking up 1 point. We move on to question number 2. It's about the human body. Which bone is known as the patella?
Sabrina.
Sabrina.
That is obviously the temple.
That is incorrect.
All right.
Patella.
Which
patella? Sean.
Sean?
Knee bone connected to the
Your
patella.
ankle?
That is incorrect.
Sealane.
Sealane.
Bone is known as the patella.
Right.
Not connected to.
You know.
Your funny bone.
That would be the kneecap.
Kneecap.
You said kneecap singing that song, but it was actually, it was correct.
You were in the ballpark.
Sabrina, you got question 1 right. We will start with you out of 8 answers. How many do you think said the knee or kneecap?
Forgot to ask. How drunk was everybody?
Oh, I don't know. Pretty drunk.
Okay, so I'll go with
I didn't drive home.
3.
3.
2.
2 for Sealane.
1.
And 1 for Sean. Question 2. With answers of 1, 2, and 3. Which bone is known as the patella?
Oh, kneecap. The knee. Crap. I'm blank. Shoulder.
Kneecap.
The kneecap.
Damn it. Shoulder.
Oh.
Kneecap.
No!
That would be 5. So no points awarded on that one. We move on to question number 3. Recently, a local newspaper investigating alleged police corruption had its offices raided in which U.S. state?
Sabrina.
Sabrina.
Boston.
That is incorrect.
I mean, that's Massachusetts.
Incorrect. Sealane?
Massachusetts.
That is incorrect.
Sean.
Sean.
Well, I could pick from all the other states. South Carolina.
I thought you were going to say Massachusetts. That would be Kansas.
Oh, I know the story. I didn't know where it was from.
Kansas. Sabrina, we will start with you. You got question 1 right. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Kansas?
I don't remember even saying this. 2?
2.
0.
0 for Sean Gusick.
1.
And 1 for Sealand. Question 3 with answers of 0, 1, and 2. Recently, a local newspaper investigating alleged police corruption had its offices raided in which U.S. state?
Georgia. Indiana.
Kansas.
Kansas?
Alabama.
Kansas?
Come on.
California.
That would be 3.
Damn.
Sabrina with a guess of 2, picking up 1 point.
Sick.
We move on to question 4. That's the halfway point. After question 4, I'll tell you so far who is winning at Fritz on the Street. Question 4. What was the collective name of the Holy Wars to conquer Jerusalem from 1095? Sean?
Crusades.
Crusades is correct.
Well done, Catholic boy.
That was from 1095 to 1291. Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said the Crusades?
5.
5.
4.
4 for Sealane.
6.
And 6 for Sabrina. Question 4 with answers of 4, 5, and 6.
Ding, 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 ding.
Who is picking up 2 points? What was the collective name of the Holy Wars to conquer Jerusalem from 1095 to 1291?
Christian word. The Crusades?
I know it was the Crusades. I don't know if it's first, second, or third.
The Crusades. I don't know. The Crusade.
The Crusades.
Sounds like the Crusades.
That would be 6. So Sabrina is picking up 2 points, and Sean with your guess of 5 picking up 1 point.
Yeah.
That means halfway through, Fritz on the Street, 4 down with 4 to go. In first place with 5 points, Sabrina Ambra / Brovilla.
You won't break myself.
In second place with 4 points, Sean Wasson / Brandy. And in third place with 1 point, Christopher Lane / Rick.
Yikes.
He's got 1 point. What a loser.
We move on now to question number 5. At the age of 80, Canadian musician and songwriter Robbie Robertson passed away, famous for fronting which Americana rock band?
Sealane.
Sealane.
Wait. He's Canadian, but he fronted an Americana rock band?
Mm-hmm.
Stolen Valor.
Yes?
That is incorrect.
Sabrina. The Kinks.
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
Sean. I did not hear about this.
So,
what band?
What band?
Why'd you say your name?
Well, I got to guess. Biohazard. Oh, Americana. I already said it.
That would be The Band.
Oh, okay.
The Band. Sean, you got question 4 right. We will start with you. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said The Band?
1.
1.
2.
2 for Sealane.
4.
And 4 for Sabrina. Question 5 with answers of 1, 2, and 4. At the age of 80, Canadian musician and songwriter Robbie Robertson passed away, famous for fronting which Americana rock band?
Duran Duran.
The band. The band.
Metallica. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I have no
you're
idea.
crazy.
The band.
The band. The band. The band.
Damn.
That would be 6. So no points awarded on that one. We move on.
How am I ever going to get above 1 if no points keep getting awarded?
We move on to question 6, 3 remaining.
If Sealane finishes with only 1 point, that would be fantastic.
Good for us, for sure.
It would definitely be something. Question 6. I don't know what the lowest score is. I'll have to go back and
It will be that.
check that out. Question 6. Which actor has appeared in the rebooted Star Trek franchise, the Wonder Woman films, and Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves?
Oh my God, man. You picked some real...
Sealane.
Rob McElhenney?
That is incorrect. Which actor has appeared in the rebooted Star Trek franchise, the Wonder Woman films, and Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves?
Sean. For some reason, I wanted to say Jerry Maguire, but that's not a thing.
No.
Thomas Turpleton.
Was that? Did you just make that up?
I didn't know an answer.
That is incorrect.
Oh, sorry.
All right, give me it one more time.
I
have no chat on, by the way.
Star Trek franchise, the Wonder Woman films, and Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves.
Wonder Woman films.
I only know
Gal
Gadot.
Gadot.
Yeah, it's the only person I know.
Gal Gadot. Sabrina, Gal Gadot.
That would be Chris Pine.
All right.
Sean, you got question 4 right. We will start with you. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Chris
actor.
Pine?
Damn it.
6.
5.
5 for Sealane.
3.
And 3 for Sabrina. Question 6. with answers of 3, 5, and 6.
Ding, 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 ding.
Someone knows their Chris's. Which actor has appeared in the rebooted Star Trek franchise, the Wonder Woman films, and Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves?
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine.
No idea.
Pass?
I don't watch any of that stuff, no.
Chris Pine. Sorry, Chris Pine.
Chris Pratt.
Chris Pine.
Chris Pine.
That would be 6. So Sean is picking up 2 points, and C-Lane with a guess of 5, picking up 1 point.
Hey, look at you.
There you go, C-Lane.
Doubled my score.
Moving on to question 7. Last week, presidential candidate Fernando Villavicencio was assassinated in which country?
Sabrina.
Sean?
Peru?
That is incorrect. C-Lane?
Brazil.
That is incorrect.
I'll take the question again.
Last week, presidential candidate Fernando Villavicencio was assassinated in which country?
Villavicencio. That would be one of the greatest places that assassinates politicians.
Okay.
One of the greatest places that assassinates politicians.
Bolivia.
That would be Ecuador.
Oh.
Ecuador.
So close.
Sean, you got question 4, right? We will start with you. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Ecuador?
I get to answer this because I got question 4 right.
Mm-hmm.
What number are we on?
7.
You're on 7.
Wah, 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 wah.
3.
3 for Sean.
3.
3 for C-Lane.
2.
And 2 for Sabrina. Question 7 with answers of 2 and 3.
Ding, 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 ding.
Someone's getting it. Last week, presidential candidate Fernando Villavicencio was assassinated in which country?
Ecuador.
Ecuador?
Argentina.
Ecuador.
New Mexico.
Oh, I feel like I should know this, but Cuba. Brazil.
Brazil.
That would be 3. So Sean and C-Lane with your guesses of 3, picking up 2 points each, and Sabrina with a guess of 2, picking up 1
For the
point.
second time in this game, doubled my score.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen often.
I'm proud of you.
Try to do it again.
We move on to question 8. But before we do, let's take a look at the scoreboard here. In first place with 8 points, Sean Wasson / Brandy. In second place with 6 points, Sabrina Ambra / Bro Villa. And in third place with 4 points, Christopher Lane / Rick. We now move on to question.
Rick. Thanks for your service, though.
Question number 8. What is the capital of the United Arab Emirates? Sabrina.
Emirates.
That's what was her
United
guess.
one.
Her guess was
No, Emirates. I'm saying Emirates is obviously Dubai.
That is incorrect.
That is unfortunate.
You thought it was Dubai as well?
Emirates City.
C-Lane.
C-Lane.
Bahrain.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
Sean. Abu Dhabi.
That is correct.
Wow.
Nicely
Sorry,
done,
bro.
Sean. Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Abu Dhabi? You know the
3.
difference between Dubai and Abu Dhabi, right?
Is it backwards or something?
They have more letters.
People in Dubai don't like the Flintstones, and people in Abu Dhabi do.
Did you tell that joke to everybody on the panel?
Everyone that had ears. It's my favorite dad joke.
Fritz, that was something.
Sean, how many did you say?
3.
3.
4. 4. Abu Dhabi do.
I don't even know what you guys said.
3 and 4.
I will go with 6.
6 for Sabrina. Question 8 with answers of 3, 4, and 6.
Ding, 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 ding.
Who knows their Abu Dhabi? What is the capital of the United Arab Emirates?
Dubai.
Pass.
UAE is not Dubai, it's the other one.
Come on.
Dubai.
Abu Dhabi.
Nope. Abu Dhabi.
Djibouti.
Abu Dhabi.
That would be 3. That means Sean is picking up a 3-pointer at the very end, and C-Lane with your guess of 4, picking up 1 point.
That was a good run.
That means in first place and winning on the day with 11 points, Sean Wasson / Brandy. Congratulations, Brandy. In second place with 6 points, Sabrina Ambra / Bro Villa. And in third place with 5 points, Christopher Lane / Rick. That means the current scoreboard looks like this. In first place, and still leading on Fritz on the Street with 273 points, Christopher Lane. In second place with 265 points,
buddy.
Sean Wasson. And in third place with 246 points, Sabrina Ambra. And that is Fritz on the Street.
Thank you, Fritz.
Thanks, Fritzy.
It's now an 8-point spread. That's
Wow, it's getting close.
Here's the deal. Fritz can't be here while we're at the station.
Why?
Because you're going to hear the question first. There's obviously a little bit of a delay.
Not with the connection that we'll have.
Absolutely there will be. C-Lane, it's up to you, man. Do you want to get beat? Do you want to lose your first place score?
I think I can trust that 40 milliseconds is not going to
All right.
affect me.
Oh,
See how
well,
that goes.
Brandy, please email me tips@thenewsjunkie.com. We'll get you all set up with that
Mark my
Fritz
words.
magnet. And you will be one of the few that has that because I won for you on Fritz on the Street today. I don't want to brag or anything here.
Right.
Anyhow, follow Fritz and show up at Fritz's Funhouse Trivia. It's each week on Tuesday, and you could be there. Find out what's going on. Go over to no_regrets_coyote on Instagram. No_regrets_coyote on Instagram. Bam! Just like that, you'll be following Fritz. Fritz, you going to hang out with us?
I would love to.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, and listen, really quick, by the way. We are, Luscious Lisa, one of the many bands that Fritz is in, is going to be performing this weekend in Sanford at Tuffy's. We know him. We love him from the Derby. And there may or may not be somebody else that's in this room that will be performing with them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so be sure to check out no_regrets coyote for all the information.
All right. Well, go check that out. That's this weekend, you said?
Yes.
This weekend, go check that out. It's always a fun show. You're going to love it. You're going to have a blast. And always make your way over there for the trivia nights on Tuesday.
Don't bring your kids.
Because that is fun. And this week, if you didn't go, Sabrina and C-Lane were both there. They were out there playing trivia.
It was
Good
fun.
time.
Could have run over.
My team got second place.
Could have run over them. Could have run into them.
Yeah.
Not
Thanks.
over them. You could have run into them is what I meant to say.
Well, I love you guys. We'll be a changed woman when I see you on Friday.
All right. Have fun at Beyonce. We shall see you later. And drive safe and
I'll
all
miss
of that
you.
stuff.
I love you. I love you guys so much.
I love you too.
Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Fritz. Oh, that's
Right back at you. Right back at you. No,
Why do you guys have to be dicks? 10 years and you can't say love you back?
I love you.
Say it to my eyes.
No, I can't. That's too far. I can't go that far.
That's fine. I'll take
Have
I'll
fun.
Take that.
Have fun. Enjoy Beyonce.
Thank you so much.
Sabrina, I love you.
Gonna do so many drugs. I love you too.
You guys all done?
I mean, I can go on for hours about how much I love you guys.
Back in just a moment. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is the Jim Colbert Show.
So intermittent explosive disorder.
Okay, that's not even what I have.
Let her go. It involves repeated, sudden episodes of impulsive, aggressive, violent behavior or angry verbal outbursts in which you react grossly out of proportion to the situation.
What is that?
The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Watch out for delays due to an accident on the Greenway heading southbound at Red Bug Lake Road. There's slowdowns due to an accident on Orange Blossom Trail heading northbound after John Young Parkway Lee Road. You can expect delays due to an accident on Lake Mary Boulevard heading eastbound after Country Club Road. The left turn lane is blocked. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Mattress Firm. There's no better time to upgrade your Z's than during Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Get a Sleepy's bed and adjustable base for only $499.99. The lowest price ever.
It all comes down to Daytona. With only 16 playoff spots up for grabs, anything could happen on the high banks of Daytona. Be here to experience the intensity as drivers go all out to keep their championship hopes alive at the World Center of Racing on August 26th. Your chance to win tickets to the Coke Zero 400 now at realradio.fm/contest, or guarantee your 2023 Coke Zero Sugar 400 weekend experience today by visiting DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com or call 1-800-PIT-SHOP.
It's one thing to suffer from allergies as an adult, but it's really tough on kids running around with sniffles or stuffy nose during recess or practice. Not to mention, it's hard to concentrate in school when you're not feeling well, and then you feel bad because you forgot to give them their allergy meds before they left. All of that can be a thing of the past thanks to Aspire Allergy and Sinus. They've helped thousands, including children, with their kid-friendly allergy testing and pain-free allergy drops. Schedule your appointment today while the kids are out of school. Go to AspireAllergy.com. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Just come out, the man when you're in trouble. Car accident, to attorney Mo DeWitt, sung by a non-attorney spokesperson.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling and Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Let's be real. Florida home insurance is an absolute nightmare. And with hurricane season at your doorstep, you need a home insurance company that you can depend on. That's why there's Open House. They're a tech-enabled home insurance provider that uses smart data to keep your premiums low. And you can get an obligation-free quote in seconds and join your neighbors that are saving hundreds of dollars with Open House. You can also get discounts for your smart life choices, like having a gym membership or a dog. So start saving today by going to openhouseinsurance.com. See openhouse.com insurance for details. This advertisement does not constitute a binding offer or guarantee of coverage.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Preventive maintenance on all brands, and that saves you money and can detect an upcoming breakdown. Visit millsair.com.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
When it comes to $1 small Slurpee drinks at 7-Eleven, no one's doing it like you. You're inventing new flavor combos, throwing caution to the wind. You're a frozen fizz whiz, a pina colada prodigy. You mix cherry and blue raspberry like a pro. Only you know the perfect ratio. Just when they think you're done, you add a splash of summertime citrus, just because you can. And because your small Slurpee drink masterpiece is just $1 at 7-Eleven. Slurpee, anything flows. Expires 12/31/2023 plus tax. Visit store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts' new Brake Best Select Pro brand raises the bar for the best aftermarket domestic brake pads and rotors available. For vehicle-specific friction formulations, Quiet-Tech noise-canceling shims, and stainless steel hardware, choose Brake Best Select Pro. Professional-grade brakes from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
At Morgan & Morgan, the fee is free. You don't pay us anything unless we win your case.
Real Radio has your chance at a and info, standard data and message rate supply in this nationwide contest. That's Festival to 200-200. I'm telling you, there's a chance.
If you're not...
Well, hello there. Thanks for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. If you miss any of the show, get the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com, where you can subscribe or follow over on iHeartRadio. We love the folks at iHeartRadio. They pay the bills, so if you don't mind, go grab that at thenewsjunkie.com. I don't want this to happen. I'm not wishing for this to happen, but we do need to keep our eyes on it because hurricane season's here, right? If we're in hurricane season, we just haven't had any real hurricanes to speak of, at least not on the East Coast just yet. But there are at least 3 different areas out there that they're watching for possible development over the next couple of days. One of them has a 40% chance of developing into something. And one of them is coming off, like a lot of these hurricanes, it's wild. They come off the coast of Africa, right? They form off the coast of Africa, and then Africa sends us the big-ass hurricane.
Thanks, Africa.
And here's one of the big problems. Because of how hot it is this summer, because of the different things that have led to these record temps that we're facing in many cases, a lot of the water around the Caribbean and down in South Florida is
nice and warm.
Super warm. And if you know anything about hurricanes feed off of warm water. If you get a hurricane over warm water, it could go from nothing to a Category 5 very, very quickly.
That's why hurricanes that come from the Gulf are often worse than ones that come from the Atlantic Ocean, because the Gulf waters are warmer.
They tend to be warmer, yeah. And we were talking about temperatures. Fritz was just telling us, Fritz is pool Fritz now. You know? He's got a pool.
He's super pool guy.
He loves his pool. And he said...
over here saying dad jokes.
He's cool guy, pool guy.
And how hot did you say it was in the pool the other day?
It was 102.
102 because the sun is just bearing down on the body of water that is the pool.
And it's so tiny.
Sea Light even said this weekend or last weekend or whatever, you had an experience like that where you got in, you're like, Jesus, it's like hot in here.
Yeah, but I like it.
Yeah, all of those things lead to hurricanes that could develop into stronger hurricanes. And the jet stream is really serving it up to us this year. All that warm weather is coming down more over the United States when it tends to go a bit further south than that. That's one of the main reasons why we're seeing this big dip. You also had that volcano, the volcanic eruption that they predicted would raise temperatures for the next 2 years about 1.5 degrees or so. And obviously you have longer term things like climate change and other things to worry about. But this is 3 different hurricanes to be, perhaps, that we're looking at off the coast of Florida. Texas folks, you got to worry about the same stuff, but nothing growing out there just yet for you. Meanwhile, I don't know where I'm landing on this story. I've been trying to get bits and pieces of it. I got to read the court documents on this so I can know what's going on and get a better grasp of it. But there's more and more stories about this this guy from the movie. What was the name of the movie?
Sound of Freedom?
No. The Blind Side.
Oh, yeah.
The guy from The Blind Side.
Oher?
How do I say that?
Orr.
Michael Orr is the guy who was, the football player, the black football player in The Blind Side, and the white adoptive parents who were also in the story. They're at odds with each other now, the parents and Michael Orr. And Sean and Lee Ann Toohey, I think is how you say their name. The shots are going back and forth. They're saying that this court filing is hurtful and it's part of a shakedown attempt. They say, according to the Associated Press, that O'Hare threatened to plant a negative story about them unless they paid him $15 million. So the parents are saying he's out for money. He's going for a money grab here. He asked for $15 million, or he said he was going to shame us in the press and put some negative stories out there. Now that we didn't give him the $15 million, here he is actually doing it.
Are they saying that the things he's saying are wrong?
They're only saying that he threatened to plan a story about them if the $15 million wasn't played. I don't know if they've denied it outright, the actual things.
Because when I first saw this, it was like, oh, the parents said that he wanted $15 million. Or he would go public.
Mm-hmm.
Or that's how I thought of this. And like he would go public with what happened, which is what he thinks is the truth.
Right.
Now, if that's the case, it doesn't feel like blackmail. It's more like an out-of-court settlement where, we don't discuss or we don't admit any guilt or something like that.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get down to. Like, who's right and who's wrong here? Who's lying, who's not lying here?
Right.
Toohey's hope Oher regrets his recent decisions, and they hope that they can reconcile with him. In the meantime, however, they will not hesitate to defend their good name, stand up to this shakedown, and defeat this offensive lawsuit. What's going on? Well, Oher filed a petition on Monday of this week, asking a judge to terminate a conservatorship initiated by the Tuohys in 2004, which was just months after he turned 18 years old. Oher discovered this lie to his chagrin and his embarrassment in February of this year when he learned the conservatorship to which he consented to on the basis that doing so would make him a member of the family, in fact, provided him no familial relationship with the Tuohys. And we know the whole story from the movie. People are finally backing off of the really dumb takes where they were saying that Sandra Bullock's award should be taken back.
Idiotic.
So
This
stupid.
is so dumb. There cannot possibly be that many people that would hear something that stupid and agree with that. And I think like some of the people in the movie are coming out and they're like, I'm sorry that this is the situation, but the movie is what it is. And it's dumb because what happens is TMZ or other outlets, they'll wait until they see somebody who acted in the movie in public, and they'll chase them down. And
Find him at LAX.
Yeah. What do you think about this? The whole thing was a lie.
Give them the old blind side, am I right?
Right. And the people who they're blindsiding.
Actually, that's very accurate, Fritz.
Thank you.
The actors from the blind side that the reporters are blindsiding with these accusations, they don't know what's true, what's not true. They don't know what's happening. I think there's a very, very big possibility that this ends up being something like this. I think that this guy lived his life, Michael Oher, lived his life and was happy with all the things that were going on in it and participated in all this stuff. And then when he ends up, I don't know how old he is now. In 2004, he was 18. So he's, 20 years older than that now? He's 38 years old, 37 years old. So now he's in his late 30s, okay? And I would not be surprised at all if he goes, hey, there's a movie about me. People know who I am. There's all kinds of people who have profited off of this. This family that raised me, they made a bunch of money off this. Even their son, their actual son, who's not me, made a bunch of money off this. And I think he may have felt in that moment like he had been taken advantage of, which
for sure.
I would absolutely understand having that feeling. And he was like, I got to figure out a way to get my money. Now, I don't know. Maybe he's right about some of the other claims he's making, but that's why I got to read through the court docs to see what's going on there.
So does that mean that the whole movie is false? Like, is that a big part of the plot of the movie?
I don't know, but I think that what he's saying is he thought that he was officially adopted, legally adopted by them, and then he discovered that he wasn't legally adopted, but I don't even know if that's actually true. There's a lot of questions that are being thrown around, or accusations that are being thrown around that lead to these questions, and the family is fighting over all of this. So we'll see what goes on with that, but I'll have to catch up on some of the court documents to figure out who's telling the truth. You can usually read right through that stuff. We're going to get to a couple of dispatches real quickly here. We'll just do one, actually, because we're short on time. Here is Willie. He's got a dispatch.
Hey, everybody. Happy today.
Hey.
Hello.
Or I guess I should say interesting today. Wouldn't you say, buddy? I was,
he's got a dog with him.
working. And then there was this dog just running around in the street.
Oh.
His name's Leo, and I guess he got away from his
Here's a
Airbnb
photo of him.
or something or other. I don't know. Call the number on his tag, and I'm on my way to drop him off.
That's a good boy.
And you're just lucky I'd finished my lunch. I opened the door, I said, load up, and he
jumped
dropped
right
his
in?
happy ass right in. So, he's a very good dog, aren't you? Aren't you, buddy?
Good job on you, Swilly, for taking the dog back to the owner. That's very, very nice of you. Some people just see animals out with tags on them, and they go, this will sort itself out. No big deal, no problem. Danielle on YouTube says, maybe he blew through all of his NFL money and is looking for more. Did he actually play in the NFL?
Yeah, he got a Super Bowl ring.
Oh, did he really? Okay, so if he played long enough to get a Super Bowl ring in the NFL, then he at least makes that player's salary for life. Yeah, the pension that they get from the league, the NFL. So it wouldn't be like destitute if that was the case. It's still a significant amount of money if you play X number of games. We're just going to have to sort this out and see what's going on because the story is persisting. When we come back, jury duty, our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm is going to be joining us.
Nice.
We got a lot more on the way, and it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Instagram, it's not just for dog pick. Oh my God, look at this cute puppy. At Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Clay Travis. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Mercedes-Benz.
UCF offensive lineman Lokahi Pauley is donating part of his name, image, likeness earnings to wildfire relief efforts in his home state of Hawaii. The baseballer Rays ace Shane McClanahan will have Tommy John surgery in the coming days. The left-hander is expected to miss the entire 2024 season. And 51-year-old surfing legend Kelly Slater's bid to make the U.S. Olympic team fell short with early elimination from a qualifier this week. I'm Scott Davidson.
From the versatile EQB to the sublime EQS sedan, Mercedes-Benz makes electric extraordinary. The vehicle's all electric. The feeling is all Mercedes. The choice is yours. Learn more. MBUSA.com/EQ.
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes D.L. Hughley, who is known for being astute and politically savvy in his comedy, on August 18th and 19th. Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. Above all, come for the comedy. We could all use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail servers, and wait staff, food runners, dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the Central Florida area. Please call us at 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
Craft Beer Festival is back at SeaWorld Orlando. We're serving up a party for beer lovers with more than 100 craft brews, wines, and cocktails. Plus, savor more than 20 perfectly matched food selections. And top it all off with festive entertainment and fireworks to keep the party going all day long. This is one craft beer celebration you won't want to miss. The fun is brewing weekends now through Labor Day and is included with park admission. Get your tickets now at SeaWorldOrlando.com.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant or harder to follow. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. CordellCordell.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Back to cool. Tons of stylish and innovative new Nissans are at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Buy now and make no payments for 6 months with interest from 0% APR financing. Get in to Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com. Home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
The Home Depot and Behr are there for pros and now offer same-day or next-day delivery on top-rated Behr paints, stains, and primers. Get the most trusted paint brand in America delivered straight to your job site and spend less time stressing and more time painting. Contact a Behr Pro Paint Specialist to schedule your paint delivery today. The Home Depot. How doers get more done. Limitations may apply. Not available in all markets. See store for details. Ranked most trusted paint brand based on 2023 Life Story Research.
Take control of your health and your wallet at healthfinder.fl.gov. Your one-stop shop to compare medical facilities in your area. From copays to x-rays, asthma treatment, and ultrasounds, healthfinder.fl.gov gives you a straight answer on cost and lets you compare against providers. Choose wisely. Live healthy at healthfinder.fl.gov. Paid for by the Agency for Healthcare Administration.
Summer's winding down, and we know you want to enjoy what's left of it. But before you celebrate this Labor Day weekend, plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Shooing seagulls away from our beach snacks is easy, but keeping my frequent heartburn away, that was a full-time job. I had to chew up to 10 antacids a day to manage it. Then I tried Prilosec OTC. Just one pill a day blocks my frequent heartburn for a full 24 hours, giving me one-and-done heartburn relief. Thanks to Prilosec OTC, now my heartburn's on vacation too.
Prilosec OTC. One pill a day, 24 hours, zero heartburn. It's possible while taking Prilosec OTC. Use as directed for 14 days to treat frequent heartburn, not for immediate relief.
Strong enough for a Mastiff, but gentle enough for a Chihuahua. Invisible Fence brand is more than a fence. Customized for every pet, every need, and every yard. Their hands-on training and exclusive technology ensures your pet is protected while giving them more room to run. Learn more at invisiblefence.com.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas this September.
Superstar artists from every genre.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com.
Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
We are Real Radio 104.1. Online at realradio.fm. On your phone with the free iHeartRadio app. And, hey Google, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
I would be happy to.
Jury duty in just a moment with our friend Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. We'll get into that in a bit here, but Fritz, we were talking about before the show, and right as the show started, there was this article out today, and it said your favorite worst movie, like one of those movies that you watch it and you go, that is absolutely garbage, but for some reason I like this and I'm drawn to it. And the examples that they gave were terrible. They said Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, which I think people like that movie non-ironically. I think people just thought that was a fun movie.
I don't know. There were some people on the texting service that were like, that movie was terrible.
No, you know what movie was terrible? Was just, there's probably some cool people who like this. Dude, Where's My Car?
Oh, right, yeah.
That movie was a travesty.
It was fine.
That movie, it was, the entire premise is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of.
So, did you guys say what your favorite worst
We
movie
were
is?
trying to land on some of
I
them.
think Dude, Where's My Car is up there.
You think
with
that's
Freddie
one of
Got
them?
Fingered?
Oh my God!
Freddie Got
no, but
Fingered's
I don't like Freddie Got Fingered.
No.
It's bad, but it's not bad and good at the same time, which is what it has to be to fit these qualifications.
My favorite bad movie that I love, and I watch it probably once every year, is Balls of Fury.
Okay,
and it's a ping pong movie. Christopher Walken is the Asian man of mystery, and it's really, really bad, but it's funny because his name is Feng.
Yeah,
Feng. The main character calls him Fang, and then at the very end he goes, "You guys haven't corrected me this entire time." It's jokes like that I think are funny.
Yeah, there's always those movies that slip through the cracks, and you go, "This is supposed to be terrible," but I actually kind of enjoy it here. There's been a bunch of people dispatching. We'll get to more of those in a bit here. You can send your dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Alicia says, "Never saw Dude, Where's My Car?" You're not missing out on anything.
Yes, you are.
No, you haven't. You
You're
don't
going to
need
learn
to see
about
that
Dude,
one.
Where's My Car?
Was there a twist he never had a car?
I forgot. It's so stupid.
Because that would be funny. If
You
he'd
know
never
what
had
was
a car.
really bad that I actually like and thought was good? And it has radio in it, actually. The movie Just Married with Ashton Kutcher and Brittany Murphy.
Oh, yeah, he was on the radio in
And
it.
he was okay, first of all, he was supposed to be a person who had their own apartment and stuff, and he had but his job was a weekend traffic reporter for a radio station. And I was like, this guy would be making $10 a week or something for doing this gig. Working in radio, you're like, you would not, it's not a gig where you'd be able to afford life if that's the only thing you had.
You wouldn't have health insurance. You wouldn't have...
You'd be totally screwed. All right, before we get into jury duty, the robo-taxis are back on the show for a second time this week. And Cruise is one of the companies that has these robo-taxis. Cruise robo-taxis are all over the streets of San Francisco.
That's the one that that the dude was just bragging about getting laid in a bunch.
Yes, yeah.
It was Cruz.
The previous story was about there's this rash of people who are getting in the driverless cars and they're having sex in them because there's nobody to stop them from doing so. And now they had an incident where in San Francisco, not one, not two, but 10 of these robo-taxis all bricked. All next to all the cars shut down and just caused gridlock as 10 different driverless cars caused a traffic jam.
All at once?
It says the 10 taxis blocked 2 narrow streets in the center of the city's North Beach Bar and Restaurant District. They said they might as well have been boulders because nobody knew how to move them. The jam clogged up Vallejo Street and 2 corners on Grant as human drivers were unable to maneuver around the automated vehicles. The robo-taxis sat with their parking lights flashing for 15 minutes before finally waking up and eventually moving on. So all the cars come to and just start driving out of there.
Can you still disable them by putting a traffic cone on the
I've seen people do this.
hood of the car?
Yeah. They put the traffic cone on the hood of the car and it kind of thinks like perhaps it's been in some sort of accident or whatever.
And it just stops.
Yeah. Right away, everything just grinds to a halt. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
I turned that off as you were turning it on so many times.
We were kind of fighting over who gets to turn on Moses' microphone.
Moses DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Yeah. How are you, Mo? How are things going?
Fantastic.
Yeah, I saw your video of you giving the cruise vacation to the teacher in the classroom.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, that was a fun experience.
Yeah, you got to go to the school, and this woman had no idea that she was the winner of this cruise. And I don't know, did you have Forrest with you? Or
Forrest and John were with me at Bus Decker.
Yeah.
And then it was the school board who actually set that up.
Did they really?
Yeah, it was a listener who nominated that teacher. They were friends with her. And then we contacted the school board and said, hey, could we go to the school to give her the cruise? And they're like, absolutely. Let's not only do that, but let's do it on the morning of the first day back teacher breakfast where all the teachers in the school are there.
Oh, cool.
And so we walked into the middle of that and surprised her. She had no idea what was going on.
That's cool.
And
I like that they were with that. You always, I wonder with school stuff if they'll be like worried about security or God knows what.
They were very overly excited about it.
I mean, they let Forrest in, so it's hard to trust their judgment.
Right.
That's true.
Makes me a little bit worried about things. Mo joins us here, and you can call him if you get into an accident. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE, or you go to justcallmo.com. You've got lots of options when it comes to attorneys, but there's some bad ones out there, some real bad ones. If you want an attorney that is going to hear your story, hear you out, and fight for you against the insurance companies, this is your guy. 866-CALL-MO or justcallmo.com. Mo, we're talking about this situation with the Blind Side kid.
Oh, yeah.
Not a kid anymore. He's almost 40 years old, for God's sake.
He's 37. He's only a couple months older than me.
I know. And now at this point, seemingly out of nowhere, after all of these years, he's decided to sue his family. And he said, they aren't what they're portrayed to be in this movie. They're bad parents. They're not actually adoptive parents, on and on and on. The parents are saying, he came to us and he said, and this is a he said, she said thing so far. The parents are saying he came to us and said, if you don't give us $15 million, we are going to, I'm going to put some bad stories about you in the press. Would that be blackmail? And if so, like, how hard is that to prove?
Well, I mean, it sounds like it's the definition of blackmail or extortion. There you really just have to have the evidence to prove it. Now, sometimes people will say, well, I didn't mean it for bad press. I was trying to resolve this other issue of the rights to X, Y, or Z.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's really where you have to just have, sometimes they do recordings or they want to get, the blackmail in writing or something along those lines so they have the proof to prove.
You're going to have some evidence to prove
evidence,
that,
exactly.
right? And I seriously doubt they recorded a call.
Does it matter? As far as whether or not it's blackmail if the thing he's threatening to say to the public is true or false?
I mean, typically
that's a good
blackmail
question.
comes across with false statements, but I guess it could be something that's true where you're just trying to. It's still the extortion because you're basically saying,
Well,
I'm going to go to the press.
Let me give you
this.
an example. David Letterman.
I was just thinking Letterman.
Yeah. David Letterman had this woman who knew that he had an affair with somebody, cheated on his wife, and instead of paying out this woman, he went on air and he just admitted to everything. Is what that woman was doing in that situation not illegal because she was going to say a truthful thing if he didn't pay her the money?
No, it's still illegal. It's still extortion because they're trying to get money in exchange for kind of keeping quiet and not embarrassing the person. The other one was Nike, the lawyer for, was it Stormy Daniels?
Yes.
That guy?
Avenatti?
Michael Avenatti.
Oh,
right?
that's points.
Yeah, and he went to Nike and basically said, if you don't pay us all this money, we're going to hold this press conference and say you've been doing this and this, which was, I think most of it was true, but it was still illegal to do that.
What a wild ride that guy went on. He went from nobody to they liked him because he was bombastic on MSNBC, and then he's out there, and then like he's going to run for president, and then boom, he's in prison. It's just a completely 180 to his.
He was
his
in that documentary about the guy who tried to win that fighter jet from Pepsi.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah,
yeah, and he's like under house arrest in it.
Yeah. Was he really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right, we got tons of stuff to get into. We got some more questions from Moses, too. So, Mo, you'll hang out with us for a bit here? All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just a moment. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. Real radio.
104.1. Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you can expect delays eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. The left turn lane is blocked due to an accident on Lake Mary Boulevard heading eastbound at Country Club Road. The right lane is blocked due to an accident on State Road 436 heading southbound at Station Street. Traveling on the Greenway, you can expect delays southbound due to an accident at Red Bug Lake Road, and there's an accident southbound on the Greenway at John Young Parkway. The right lane is blocked. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by GiveMeTheVin.com.
The money's good and the bids are high. Speedy, fast, the check is on Bank of America, and it's real. GiveMeTheVin.com, America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Get ready to win your way into our iHeartRadio Music Festival in Las Vegas. This is your chance to see Foo Fighters, Sheryl Crow, Lenny Kravitz, Public Enemy, and so much more. Listen for the keywords at 9 a.m., 1 and 5 p.m. each weekday for your chance to win $1,000 and a trip for two to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival. This contest brought to you by Jersey Mike's. At Jersey Mike's, they offer freshness you can taste and see. From store-baked breads to slicing meat and cheeses right in front of you. Visit your favorite Jersey Mike's subs location today or order on the Jersey Mike's app. Jersey Mike's, be a sub above.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
I'm Scott Trout, attorney and CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant or harder to follow. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Scott Trout, licensed in Missouri, Illinois, and Georgia only. CordellCordell.com.
This month, everyone's heading back to school. But while you've been busy buying new notebooks, backpacks, and lunchboxes, I've been coming up with a plan to help you buy a ride that's just too cool for school. Hey, it's RC Hill from RC Hill Mitsubishi, and I've got your key to looking fine in the car line. Right now, you could drive a nice new car for just $9 down. Don't sit in a car line with a car you hate. Ditch your old ride. You be proud to show off in the new 7-seater 2023 Outlander or the stylish Mirage. Cleanest gas car in America, 43 miles per gallon, start at $15,900. And hey, if you've gotten a low credit score from the School of Hard Knocks, don't worry. My credit specialist, great on a curve, with rates from 0%. And our used car supercenter has over 100 fresh trade-ins starting at $5,900. Visit me to finish your back-to-school shopping, and you could drive home in a nicer, newer car for just $9 down. Hurry, this deal's done when the school bell rings. I'm RC Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. See all my A-plus rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Offers require bank approval. See dealer for details.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Did you suffer through 2022 with a terrible bathroom? You wanted to make that call to Rebath in Mid-Florida. You just couldn't do it. Well, make 2023 the year that you finally do pick up that phone and let these guys show you what they can do. And what they can do is amazing. Take a bathroom that you hate, it's old, it's out of date, doesn't look great, doesn't really complement your home, and turn that into a magical spa-like environment that you begin or end every day in, and it makes you super happy. Here's the great thing. They do this with their employees. They do it in just 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And guys, these products are simply amazing. Natural stone, travertine marble, all those beautiful colors, but it's the quality of the products that you've got to feel when you go to the showroom. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Stop in, feel that quality, picture that in your house. That can happen. They're exceptionally good at it. Let them design a bathroom that you are going to love using their products, your ideas, their ideas, and next thing you know, their craftsmen will have it installed, and you will love it. 2023 is the year that you get a new bathroom, courtesy of Rebath, midfla.com.
Morgan & Morgan is not only America's largest injury law firm, we're also the only injury law firm in the world with lawyers licensed in all 50 states. With dedicated attorneys focused on personal injury, medical malpractice, insurance disputes, car crashes, employee rights, and many others, we have a 30-year track record of getting results for clients just like you. So wherever you are, whatever you need, our firm is ready to take your call. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
What's up? I'm tired of feeling so bloated.
That used to be me. Then I got this.
Align bloating relief plus food digestion. A probiotic, right?
Yeah, it works naturally with your gut to help soothe occasional bloating and gas. Plus, it has vitamin B12 to aid digestion by helping convert food to cellular energy. 2 benefits, 1 capsule.
Align bloating relief plus food digestion from the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Learn more at alignprobiotics.com.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be signs that your digestive system isn't working at its best? But taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil supports your daily digestive health using a special plant-based fiber called psyllium. Psyllium works by forming a gel in your digestive system to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Metamucil's gelling action also helps to promote heart health and slows down sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels. Start feeling lighter and more energetic by taking Metamucil every day.
The Idaho Massacre podcast investigates the 2022 killings of 4 University of Idaho students. After a cross-country manhunt, a PhD student is charged with the crimes. But were these his only victims? Join the producers of the Piketon Massacre to explore all sides of this shocking crime.
Like so many people, this case hit us particularly because of the sheer magnitude of violence and tragedy.
Listen to the Idaho Massacre on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Man, we all know it's hot outside. Have you noticed your power bill going crazy? The current cost of energy is higher than it's ever been, and it's going to just keep getting higher. It's going to keep climbing. Solar Source can change that for you. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 60,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's house and my sister's house included, they do a great job. Solar Source makes it easy for a free estimate. Monster listeners, all you got to do is go online and check out the tool they have that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. There's no pressure. There's no salesman. Just you and the facts. That's awesome. You can harness all the power of the sun and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting electricity from the power company. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote today. solarsource.com/monsters. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar.
Are you a business owner, CEO, or responsible for marketing? If you are, iHeartMedia can help you reach your goals and find new customers. We reach more consumers in your target area than anyone else, and we can give you access to those potential customers more cost-effectively across radio, digital, podcasting, and social. We'd love to show you how iHeartMedia can work for you. Get started today at iHeartAdvertising.com. That's iHeartAdvertising.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
In the studio. So I'm not the only resident rap expert anymore. You know, since I got into this whole YNW Melly thing, I've been the
Moses, are you a fan of YNW Melly?
Not really.
No, it's just new rap. Moses, you like old rap, right?
Yeah.
You like
for the old school, Sean.
The old school stuff is better. Anyhow.
I said sicko mode, and he just looked at me and chuckled.
Travis Scott. I know sicko mode, right? I know all this stuff. I'm hip. I'm with it on this rap stuff. And that's what people who are hip and with it say. Mm-hmm. I wanted to ask you, though, about that guy's case down in South Florida. And the case doesn't matter. None of the details matter. Because the thing I'm asking about is he's been behind bars, held for years, waiting for this case. And that happens every once in a while to somebody. They'll get held without bond, and the trial will drag on, and they'll be behind bars for a long time. If that person then years later goes to trial and is found not guilty, are they just screwed for all the time that the state had them behind bars?
Typically, yeah.
That seems really unconstitutional to me.
But the flip side of that is they most likely had to waive their right to speedy trial if they've been in jail for this amount of time. Because you have a right to speedy trial. You can opt to waive that if you think you need more time to prepare. Typically, when people are not held in jail, they'll waive it because you don't care when the trial happens because you're free until the trial happens.
Okay, so that's why the right to a speedy trial is an important right, actually.
Exactly.
Because if we had this sort of situation that a lot of people are fearing we're heading into, where we're going to have political power switch back and forth, and whoever is in power is going to start jailing their opponents, their political opponents, you're seeing a lot of people fearing this is going to happen. Of course, you had more and more indictments against Trump. And what if he gets elected and then starts throwing, his enemies behind bars, or, takes the judicial system and weaponize it? All these things are very bad. But if you have the right to a speedy trial, that is a super important right, because that way somebody can't just throw you behind bars and delay a case forever.
Yeah, because then it just becomes a game of delay where, they have you locked up, they have you where they want you. Why do they care when you go to trial?
But if you're on charges of murder, okay, let's say you got a life sentence.
Been a murder.
Let's say there's been a murder, and you get convicted, and you go to jail for a long time. But somebody finds some new evidence, and they go, actually, this person they were not guilty at all. We have to let them go, and they release that person from jail. A lot of times, those people get paid.
Yeah, there is a statute that allows for compensation if you were wrongfully convicted.
Okay.
And then ended up being in prison for an extended period of time.
But not wrongly charged.
Right, wrongly, I think you could argue that it wasn't necessarily wrongly charged because you could be charged. There could be enough evidence to charge you, but there wasn't enough evidence to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt, so you were found not guilty.
Gotcha, yeah. Because that guy's been, as I said, for years behind bars, and they've been trying to sort all this stuff out. Congratulations, by the way. I saw, he showed me the photo, the Solar Bears game. Boom! There's the Just Call Mo logo.
We're on the ice.
Right on the ice. That? You hit the ice for the Solar Bears game. Are you the official attorney for the Solar Bears? Is that what it is?
We're now the official attorney for the Solar Bears. We're only doing mascot law from now on, so we're representing Shade the mascot. It's going to be a lot of work, but,
It's a very specific legal area to focus on.
Those mascots, they get in a lot of trouble.
When they say that you're the official attorney for the Solar Bears, does that mean that if a Solar Bears player actually got in trouble that you would be the person to represent them, or Does that mean you're
It's a good question.
I don't know how that would work.
What if one of us got in trouble?
Yeah.
I think I'm obligated to represent you guys at this point.
Look, we've been on this journey for a long time together, so I think we
and you're not in
have to
jail
at
at
least
this point.
do that.
I think I'm doing a good job.
It's true. I've had a lot of problems. I've had a lot of issues.
I've heard about them.
There's always something boiling behind the scenes, but I managed to stay out of prison.
Somehow I managed.
Yeah, I got that going for me. There is a mother who is now behind bars for allegedly helping her 20-year-old son coordinate a shooting at a Home Depot that left one woman dead. This is wild because they released some text messages in this case. They said the shooting happened at the Home Depot in Pensacola. Deputies said one woman was found dead on the scene, and the suspect, identified as Keith Agee, was arrested and charged with aggravated battery and homicide. His mother was also arrested. She's in Alabama. She's not even in the same state, and she gets arrested. Why? They found these text messages. They said his mom not only knew about this plan to kill the woman, but participated in it. And one time she texted to him, "If you don't come kill her, you're a little bitch," to her son. And her son ended up going on and killing this person. It says the murder itself is unbelievable, but to know the mother knew about it and helped coordinate it is incomprehensible.
Yikes.
If you just encourage somebody to commit a crime, like if I go, Celine should rob a bank. Celine, do it, rob a bank. Am I partial to that? Or am I party to that now?
This smacks of that case with the woman who, I think, teenager who was texting her boyfriend, kill yourself.
Yep.
That's exactly what I was thinking, too.
And those cases are, I think, a little tough to prosecute sometimes.
They can be. I mean, I think it depends on the extent, in your scenario, the extent of the encouragement, so to speak. Because if you're encouraging and helping plan, that becomes a conspiracy. Just encouraging somebody to do something illegal could possibly be protected by freedom of speech.
Right.
And yeah, the classic case was the text. I think the kid ended up dying.
I think he took his own life.
Yeah, something along those lines. So it's a fine line, but really I think it depends on the facts and what you're actually saying to the person.
Well, the mom in this case is charged, so they obviously had enough against her to end up doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like they were kind of plotting it rather than just saying, I hate that person, I want to kill them. Obviously, I think it's a step beyond that.
I think that's the sexy thing that goes in the headline, but it's not just about if you don't do it, you're a little bitch. It's about she probably was like, go to the Home Depot, get the gun. You know, she's actively helping him plan this thing and therefore is involved in it.
Delete these text messages.
By the way, your very own from the DeWitt Law Firm, Josh Fowler, chimed in on the best worst movies. And he says, without a doubt, Face Off.
Oh, Face Off is
with
terrible.
Nicolas Cage is the best worst movie in his world.
That one is rated higher than Goodfellas on Rotten Tomatoes.
Is it really?
It really is.
My God. I remember that.
He'd be working.
he can work and do this at the same time. He's accomplishing both, I think.
Probably working harder now that you surprised him at his house.
I wasn't going to bring that up. I was going to leave that out.
I stopped by his house this afternoon, did a productivity check. I think he really appreciated it.
Were you like looking over his shoulder as he's typing on the keyboard?
I mean, he was not dressed appropriately for work. I'll say that much.
He's working from home.
Still, you should put yourself together. Have a little pride.
I barely make myself wear pants in the studio. If it weren't for the cameras, probably just be.
Maybe we should put cameras on him.
No, don't put, he doesn't need that. He's got enough problems over there, the poor guy.
I would watch that live stream.
Is there any movie like that for you, though, Moses, where you have like a best worst movie? Because there was a story about this today we were talking about.
I'll have to think about that. I don't know.
Ruminate on it, and we'll go over to a couple of these dispatches.
I think Dude, Where's My Car is up there for me.
Dude, Where's My Car is so bad, C-Lane. You can't possibly like that movie.
Come on. You would never have, and then... Right? That's a great...
Nobody does that.
People do it all the time.
No, they don't.
They do it all the time.
You know what is... actually, I found mine. My best worst movie is actually Mac and Me.
Oh.
Mac and Me is
Paul Rudd's
so...
movie?
so bad. It's so terribly bad.
Is that the one where...
It's the one with that little alien that looks like terrible.
But is that the one where whenever Paul Rudd shows up to a...
Conan?
Was it just Conan or any late night? It was like whenever Paul Rudd shows up to promote one of his new movies, they would go to play a clip, and it was always a clip from Mac and Me or something like that.
Have you heard of this, Mo?
Yep.
Here's the little alien from Mac and Me. It's just the worst thing ever.
It looks like a one of those like sea monkeys or
yeah,
whatever.
It does actually. The quality of this movie and the special effects was so bad.
The alien looks like the baby from the dinosaur show let himself go.
It does a little bit. Not the mama guy?
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's a bad movie. But it was, I'd watch it again, I think. Courtney probably would not. She'd veto.
I want to
that.
watch Dude, Where's My Car?
Isn't there there's a huge McDonald's dance-off right in the middle of that movie?
There's so many weird things about that. Let's see how Ashley, your wife, feels about you wanting to watch Dude, Where's My Car tonight.
I mean, I don't think she would join me.
I think she's going to throw a veto out.
She's going to not learn about the continuum transfunctioner, a mysterious and powerful device whose mystery is only exceeded by its power.
It's so bad, man. You can't put her through that. You can't put yourself through that. Here's Adam with a dispatch.
Happy day, News Junkie.
Hey.
Listen to the podcast, and I'm help me maintain that #1 spot for podcasting. But I want to dial in my community college meteorology course and let you know why it's so gosh darn hot at night.
All right.
It's called the temperature lag. It's due to our distance away from the equator. The sun may be at its highest at noon, but it doesn't really get to our hottest part of the day till about 3:30, 4 o'clock. So
that's not good.
When the sun goes down, it takes that same 3 to 4 hours before we actually cool off. That's why it's so hot at night. That also explains why it rains every day about 3 or 4 o'clock as the temperature reaches its high, and as soon as it starts to cool, all that moist ocean air that's been going up.
Oh, man, and those storms are so bad. They're like fierce storms that come through. And every time we hear them, I'm like, they don't rain that much. Sometimes it'll dump a lot of rain quickly, but the thunder and lightning with it is wild, man.
Yep, and you can always see them from miles off.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
I saw the other day this thing. I did not know this until I watched this. And it was a photograph of these two people. I think they were by the Grand Canyon. And they were like, whoa, what's happening? This is wild. And their hair was standing on end. And so it was like crazy static electricity. Their hair is just standing on end. And somebody took a picture of them. And somebody in the comments goes, if this ever happens to you, hit the ground immediately. This happens right before lightning strikes you.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, my God, I didn't know that was a thing. It's dangerous out there.
But will hitting the ground help you at all?
I think it's just...
I guess to try to avoid
It's just to make the mess cleaner, It's like if your body is going to get zapped by this thing, we'll put it in one nice little spot right
shouldn't
here.
you run?
Hayes
I've heard
Perception
run before, too.
said, I'm 1,000,000% with C-Lane. Dude, Where's My Car is great. I don't understand you people today. I don't get it.
One of the people on the chat said, Grandma's Boy. And I was like, what? Grandma's Boy is good.
Yeah, that's not bad good. That's just good. It's comedy. So you don't have to... So with these movies, what it has to be is it has to be like so bad that there's something that you enjoy about it. And Dude, Where's My Car... I mean, the movie is about a guy who loses his... It's just
very relatable.
It's so dumb. Adam, we just did Adam.
Remember when they got the tattoos? What does mine say? Sweet!
I can't support this. Here's M4Q.
Nomination for the best worst movie, Pirate Radio.
Pirate Radio isn't that bad. The one with Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
And that's a true story based on it's based on a true story where they actually had a radio station like that. I think it was called Pirate Radio.
Yeah.
The station itself.
I like how he said, my favorite line, I think it was probably from the trailer, was, I plan on broadcasting on this station until the day I die. And then probably for a few days after that, too.
Here's Butters talking about this.
So a really good movie that is apparently bad but good, and also haven't really met anyone who has seen the movie, is The Godson. It has Rodney Dangerfield, and it is phenomenal. It just makes fun of The Godfather, but in a stupid, quirky comedy way. Never have met anyone who has seen it.
Love Rodney Dangerfield. I haven't seen it,
Agreed.
But I will watch anything that he's in. And one of my favorite things about Rodney Dangerfield was, I don't know if people know this or not, but he was really old already when he started to get famous.
Yeah.
So he wasn't like this guy who was a comic who got famous in his late teens or 20s or something, and then peaked in his 30s with his comedy career. He started getting famous when he was 60 something, I think.
Yeah, and he was still driving up to 3 hours a day, an hour and a half here and then an hour and a half home, I think, just for comedy showcases.
Yeah, the guy was not famous when he was young, and I think that's why he kind of lived his life the way that he did. I think that's why he went the direction he went. Last one for right now. Here's Alex.
It could be blackmail or extortion, but if they made $300 million off the movie and he made nothing, I could see why Michael Orr would want to demand $15 million. That's just a tiny little percentage of what the family got. And if he really got nothing, then why does his NFL salary doesn't matter when it comes to him getting nothing from the movie? Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Thank you, Alex. Okay, a couple of things. First thing, when you say $300 million, it sounds like that's the box office take for the movie. That doesn't mean that the family got $300 million. I have no idea how much the family made off of that movie. And the reason I bring up that he has an NFL salary, you said he played over 100 games, started all of them?
110.
Yeah. And obviously, that's a successful career in the NFL.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
That gets you the money from the league. The pension for the rest of your life. And the reason I say that is it's not like, if that's the case, it's not like he's coming from a stage of desperation. It's not like, oh, he's out there broke, he can't pay his bills, and therefore he came up with the idea to accuse his parents of this and say that this movie, The Blind Side, was all nonsense and they're actually bad. His motivation wouldn't just obviously be money that he needed to get by if he's got that kind of financial stability going on. So then you go, why did he do this? Again, I think, to me, it seems like he looked around all of a sudden and he said, this is my story. This was my life. How did everybody else make so much money off of this? And I didn't. I don't think that's fair. I think that's probably what happened to him. That's a totally, it's a very logical reaction, I think, to the situation. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we've got to get to an update on this whole Disney situation, and Target is in the news, and you are on the show with your dispatches. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record yours now. That's all coming up next on The News Junkie.
Instagram. It's not just about food pics, but it's mostly about food pics. At Real Radio 1041. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Traveling on I-4 this afternoon, you can expect delays eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Heading through the city, there's delays westbound between Princeton Street and Robinson Street. You can expect congestion on I-4 westbound between Sand Lake Road and State Road 535, and delays on I-4 westbound between State Road 417 and State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Take 5 Oil Change. At Take 5, they're faster than you think. That means they'll change your oil and get you back on the road in less time than it takes to get over from the express lane to the exit ramp. Just sit back and relax while their fast, friendly team does all the work. Take 5, the stay-in-your-car 10-minute oil change.
Folks, here in Central Florida, things are heating up this summer. Your air conditioning is working as hard as it can. Is it going to fail is a question that may be going through your mind. And if you want some peace of mind on that, you can reach out to Mills Air. Ask for their preventative maintenance plan, and they'll set you up. It's a great, great deal. And they come out and they do all the work that they need to clear out the lines, they change the filters, and then they look at your AC from top to bottom. They report back to you in a way that makes sense so you'll know exactly where you are. Is this thing going to be good for a while, or is it going to break sometime soon? That's important information to know because it can be a larger purchase if your AC completely fails on you. But if it does, you don't have to panic. They're there for you over at Mills Air. They can get financing for virtually everybody out there, and they're a Carrier factory authorized dealer. They can get you up to $1,275 in rebates toward a brand new Carrier unit. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call at 407-277-1159 or find them online at millsair.com. .com. Well, hey, folks, the computer is frozen back at HQ, and that means that there are no commercials.
To win your way to our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival and $1,000.
You'll be there. T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas, September 22nd and 23rd.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
The iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Introducing Audible's new original series, Breakthrough, the first of its kind audio-only singing competition featuring celebrity judges Kelly Rowland and Sarah Bareilles, with host David Diggs. Hear who has what it takes. Listen on Audible or wherever you get your podcasts.
This month, everyone's heading back to school. But while you've been busy buying new notebooks, backpacks, and lunchboxes, I've been coming up with a plan to help you buy a ride that's just too cool for school. Hey, it's RC Hill from RC Hill Mitsubishi, and I've got your key to looking fine in the car line. Right now, you could drive a nice new car for just $9 down. Don't sit in the car line with a car you hate. Ditch your old ride. You be proud to show off in the new 7-seater 2023 Outlander or the stylish Mirage, cleanest gas car in America, 43 miles per gallon, starting at $15,900. And hey, if you've gotten a low credit score from the School of Hard Knocks, don't worry. My credit specialist, great on a curve, with rates from 0%. And our used car supercenter has over 100 fresh trade-ins starting at $5,900. Visit me to finish your back-to-school shopping, and you could drive home in a nicer, newer car for just $9 down. Hurry, this deal's done when the school bell rings. I'm RC Hill. I'm your car dealer next door. See all my A-plus rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Offers require bank approval. See dealer for details.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Back to cool. Tons of stylish and innovative new Nissans are at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Buy now and make no payments for 6 months with interest from 0% APR financing. Get in to Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com. Home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
Hi there. I'm Mia. I'm Air.
You're Air?
Yeah. I just got out of the lungs of someone smoking a cheap little cigar outside a bodega. Oh, it was so smoky in there. And where there's smoke, there's
fire.
Cancer.
Oh.
Yeah. Little cigars might taste sweet, but they still kill. I'm supposed to be helping people, not unhelping them.
You mean hurting?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm a bit of an airhead.
Little cigars are just as dangerous as regular cigarettes. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
You can experience firsthand the real benefits of battery-powered outdoor landscaping equipment by Stihl at your local Tools Ace Hardware. And remember, Stihl products are only sold through servicing dealers like Tools Ace Hardware, which means you can't find Stihl equipment at the big box stores. Stihl battery-powered equipment has long run times and the ability to switch easily between multiple tools like edgers, trimmers, and blowers. Stop by one of Tools Ace Hardware's 10 Stihl locations with service and repair centers right inside their stores. It's no secret Stihl outdoor power equipment is synonymous with quality and reliability, and now you can get that same great quality and reliability from Stihl's brand new outdoor battery-powered tools and equipment. With 12 locations all throughout Central Florida, chances are there's a Tools near you. Find your Tools Ace Hardware and shop online for your brand new Stihl battery-powered outdoor tools and equipment at acehardware.com. It's Tools Ace Hardware, your local helpful place.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Craft Beer Festival is back at SeaWorld Orlando. We're serving up a party for beer lovers with more than 100 craft brews, wines, and cocktails, plus more than 20 perfectly matched food selections. Weekends now through Labor Day, and it's included with park admission. Get your tickets now at SeaWorldOrlando.com.
Fence Outlet customer Amy said,
"We had a fire on our property and needed to replace our fence quickly. We have grandchildren and pets, and we were concerned for their safety. A friend recommended Fence Outlet. We scheduled a free quote, and they had our privacy and safety restored quickly."
Visit fenceoutlet.com today. License number C102
252 and C10803.
Find high-quality healthcare in Florida at healthfinder.fl.gov. Effortlessly explore facilities based on quality measures like infection rates, surgical complications, and readmissions. Compare safety records for medical facilities like hospitals, nursing homes, and outpatient surgery centers with ease. Elevate your healthcare decisions with the transparency tool at healthfinder.fl.gov. Choose wisely. Live healthy. Paid for by the Florida Agency for Healthcare Administration.
If you suffered an injury at a place of business, dial Pound Law. That's all. Morgan & Morgan.
Send them over and tell us what's on your mind by going to thenewsjunkie.com and recording yours now. Mo, we got the terrible, horrible, no good, very bad news about a week ago that they said our corporate attorneys, the overlords, the suits, everybody in the higher end of things at iHeart.
Who are definitely 100% no better than us.
Yeah, they're wizards, and they're the smartest people in all of broadcasting. And they could do this show so much better than we could. So they, in their infinite wisdom, have said that C-Lane and Sabrina can no longer broadcast from my studio. And they have to go back to headquarters. And they're not allowed to be in this house when they're doing the show, which is insane to me and very, very stupid. But
I mean, in their defense, you did file numerous complaints against Sabrina for eating all your snacks in the house.
I did not. No complaints filed. None. We even said, like, we'll sign something. What do we need to do? Do we need to get some, like, waiver in there? Anyways, they just decided that this was a good idea because they're brilliant decision makers, and that's why they make the big bucks. And
I still think one of my best ideas did not get elevated to the place that it should have.
Well, that's what I was going to run by Mo. We had Operation Hail Mary, is what we called it. And we were going to say...
It turned into a Fail Mary, by the way.
Very quickly, too. It got shot down at the lowest of levels.
Yeah,
It didn't, like, get up to...
Well, we like him.
Yeah,
I wouldn't call him the lowest of levels.
I meant lower in the chain of command than where these messages are coming from. So then C-Lane comes up with this idea that what if I had them sign a lease to the bedrooms upstairs? Each of them signs a lease to the bedrooms, and it's like $1 or something. And then now they're residents of this home. Does that seem as stupid as they suggested it was when we rented up the flagpole?
Yeah, it sounds pretty dumb.
You don't think that's going to work?
I don't think
Wouldn't they technically be residents of my house if we?
But they don't actually live here.
But they could if they wanted to.
I could 100% change the address that's associated with me to the bosses,
to the radio station.
I mean, if they actually moved in here, and this would be a great reality show. Y'all live here. You work together.
God, we spend too much time together already. It's way
this
too
is
much.
the story.
We don't want to do that. Good God. Yeah, so that's happening.
If we did that,
week.
would Sean, now that we're residents of his house, would he have like more liability about us, or it was about the same amount?
No, it's actually probably a little bit less if you're a resident. Of the home.
Well, the thing I thought was, what if we did that, and then iHeart goes, you outmaneuvered us. They could keep working from Sean's studio, and then either C-Lane or Sabrina wanted to make a move on the actual document, the lease that they signed, and said, I'll be moving my stuff up into the upstairs room. I'm going to store a bunch of stuff up there.
You have to try to evict them.
Yeah, that would be a whole mess if that happened. So I guess we're going to be working on that next week. You can still come here to this studio, Moses.
I'm invited. Thank you.
I'm going to need some company because otherwise it'll just be me looking at a screen.
He's going to be lonely.
You're going to go crazy.
Screaming into the air.
5 a.m. all over again.
It might feel like that. Yeah, so that, and then we were working on it yesterday. We got some of C-Lane's camera stuff set up, and I think it'll be fine. In the long run, we'll be able to work this out. But the listeners have no faith. They're like, this is going to be a catastrophe. You guys are going to be
whole show's going to tank, right?
Yeah, the show's over. Like, the listeners don't have enough faith. Of course, if we know that we're being sabotaged by the moron suits at this company who just go, this is the idea, let's do this. And that if that's happening, of course, we're going to go, how can we make this as seamless as possible, as transition-wise? But the audience, these folks, Mo, they don't like any change whatsoever. They do not react well to change. And they're not going to budge on that. So we'll have to just see how things go next week. I don't know what to expect. I know that anything that happens, if any technical things go wrong, the chat is going to explode with people. Told you so!
I think the highest chat numbers you've ever had are when the station goes down.
Probably, yeah. They get on there and just say, what did you do? You guys don't know what the hell you're doing. You guys are a bunch of morons, all that kind of stuff. It's a good time. Before we
They're
get
a real
to,
positive bunch. Really build up your self-esteem.
Before we get to your dispatches, which we'll get to in just a second, we got to be on edge here because the murder hornets have started making their way down south. And they said they've found them now in Georgia. Still none further south than that, if you draw the line across the United States of America. But they started out in Washington State. These murder hornets, I've got one in the studio. It's not alive, thankfully. It's an Asian giant hornet. They're big-ass
I mean, if the murder hornet that you had was alive, then I could see where management...
Maybe it's just me saying things like that. And they're like, this guy has dangerous things in this studio of his. We can't have our employees there. They say a Savannah beekeeper found it earlier this month and reported it to the state. They are really, really big, these hornets, and they said they're native to tropical and subtropical areas of Southeast Asia. They're not supposed to be here. Their nests can be huge with about 6,000 workers inside, so you don't want that many near you, and it's only a matter of time until these are swarming Moses' house, which
obviously
that doesn't sound good, but prepare yourself accordingly. I know you're getting ready to go to Alaska, I believe.
Do they have murder hornets there?
No, they'd freeze their ass off in Alaska. First time you've ever been to Alaska?
First time doing a Alaskan cruise.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how it goes.
Do you get to get out and like wander into some of them Alaskan cities when you do that?
I assume so.
Yeah. Because that would be cool. I would like to get to know people who live in Alaska because I think it's a different type of person.
Yeah.
You're not just
Dexter
like...
Morgans of the world.
Yes. Yeah, when he left Miami, he did move to Alaska, but even he didn't like it there.
Yeah, that last season was a disaster. But anyways.
I'm with you on that. And I think that what they did with that show was
never
travesty.
watched it.
You don't like Dexter?
I never really got into it.
It's good. It's a good show for sure. But yeah, I think the people who end up in Alaska are like just different. It takes a different type of person. It takes a tough person.
Yeah.
To live in Alaska.
We're too soft for Alaska. Let's just be honest.
Kidding me? People in the
I can barely
States,
go outside in this heat.
People in the continental United States complain about everything. They whine about everything. They would never be able to handle a week living in Alaska.
I would say that Alaskans and Hawaiians, like they're built different.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be away from people.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, there's something about living in those places that it gives you need to be okay with more isolation.
Yeah.
You need to be okay with not having like all these other options around you. And I guess some people are down for that.
That's how what's his face? You saw Fritz. Jack Johnson. He used to like notoriously be hard to catch on tour because he just liked being in Hawaii.
Right.
And he would just like if he went on tour, he'd be like homesick.
Yeah.
He'd be like, I just want to go back to my beach.
Who was the person, by the way, on Claim to Fame, C-Lane, who they were like, he doesn't have a phone. Oh, I know who it was. One of the guys who was on there, they thought immediately he was related to Steven Spielberg, which he obviously wasn't. And he was telling stories about his grandpa, and he said he's notoriously hard to get hold of. He has no phone. He doesn't have a phone number. He doesn't have a smartphone. He doesn't have this. And then when it was revealed, it was Chuck Norris.
Nice.
And I was like, I can picture Chuck Norris being that guy who's, phones? I'm not getting one of those damn phones. I'm not doing that. When we come back, final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. It's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends. This weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. You can expect a mix of sun and clouds to start your day, but rain chances on the rise after 2 o'clock. Heavy rain, frequent lightning, and the chance for strong wind gusts will be possible, so make sure you stay weather aware. Hot highs reaching the low mid-90s today, and it will be humid. Feels like temperatures into the triple digits, and that trend continues for your Thursday. I'm Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Brightline Trains. Ride brighter with high-speed rail to South Florida. Experience premium lounge perks, roomier seats, and onboard meal and drink service with 16 daily departures to South Florida. Adult fares from $79, kids from $39. Book now at GoBrightline.com.
Welcome to the Unlit Life. It's this place where you feel free, like enjoying a low-key get-together with friends instead of a wild night on the town style of free. When you can enjoy a moment with Blue Vapor just because. You know, the everyday doesn't have to feel so every day. With Blue e-cigs, you can get stuff done and still have fun. And when we let ourselves get unlit, we start really living. Blue. Get unlit. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Underage sale prohibited. Blue is a trademark of Font Holding 4BV. Copyright 2022. Fontum US LLC.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
I had a radio listener call me after an accident. The insurance company offered him $700. He hired me that day, and we were covered $100,000. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Potential clients may not obtain same or similar results. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
When it comes to $1 small Slurpee drinks at 7-Eleven, no one's doing it like you. You're inventing new flavor combos, throwing caution to the wind. You're a frozen fizz whiz, a pina colada prodigy. You mix cherry and blue raspberry like a pro. Only you know the perfect ratio. Just when they think you're done, you add a splash of summertime citrus, just because you can. And because your small Slurpee drink masterpiece is just $1 at 7-Eleven. Slurpee, anything flows. Expires 12/31/2023 plus tax. Visit store for details.
Since 2010, Anheuser-Busch and Carroll Distributing have raised $22 million to support scholarships for families of fallen veterans and first responders through Folds of Honor. For 13 weeks, June 12th through September 4th, Carroll Distributing has donated 13 additional cents from each case of Bud and Bud Light sold in Brevard County. Join the Monsters from Real Radio 104.1 on Friday, September 8th, broadcasting live from the Cocoa Beach Fish Camp as we present Carroll Distributing's additional donation to a Brevard recipient. That's Friday, September 8th at Cocoa Beach Fish Camp starting at 6 a.m. For more info, visit realradiomonsters.com on the events page.
If you're hiring, it can feel like you're trying to find a needle in a haystack. You can hope the right person comes along, or you can just use ZipRecruiter. And now you can try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. In fact, ZipRecruiter has helped a lot of business owners find their needle in a haystack, like Marco, president of operations at Telly Tires and Auto Centers. Because Telly Tires has grown a lot in the last few years, Marco needed to hire everyone from a receptionist to a store manager to a head mechanic.
ZipRecruiter helps me find all the right people, even the most difficult jobs to fill. ZipRecruiter helps me keep my business running.
Take it from Marco and millions of other businesses who've used ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter can help you find the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/RADIO. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
The best time to get a great deal on a Jeep SUV is now, during the Summer of Jeep event. Well-qualified returning SC and lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee El Laredo 4x2 for $419 a month for 36 months, with $2,999 to its signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-8925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Ally Financial. Current lease must end by 9/2/24. Extra charge for miles over 30,000. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 9/5. Jeep is a registered trademark.
There are 16 spots in the playoffs and just one track left. Well, not just any track.
We're basically going to have to win.
Daytona. A last chance to keep playoff hopes alive.
1 point to the good.
And for fans to experience an event unlike any other. NASCAR weekend at Daytona International Speedway, August 25th and 26th. Get your tickets now at DaytonaInternationalSpeedway.com.
Protect your engine with Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec is designed for today's engines to dissipate heat and reduce friction and wear. Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select oil filter for just $33.99, plus 2 times O Rewards points. Limits apply. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Get a pen. You'll want to take this number down. Okay, you have health insurance or you don't have health insurance, but you want health insurance at a reasonable price, right? Well, you won't find it with Obamacare, where you can only sign up once a year with their high deductibles and limited networks. You need to talk to an expert. The folks at USABG Florida can help. If you pay for your own health insurance, your employment coverage is unaffordable, or if you have a few employees, you could be saving 30 to 60% if you qualify. Couples under 65 are saving $500 to $1,000 a month with better coverage. Go to usabgflorida.com and get a quote today. We all need quality health insurance at an affordable price. Call USABG Florida at 321-380-4540. That's 321-380-4540. Or go to usabgflorida.com. That's usabgflorida.com. Get a quality plan managed by you, not the government.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
There's no better time to upgrade your Z's than during Mattress Firm's best sale of the year. Get a Sleepy's bed and adjustable base for only $499.99. The lowest price ever.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival is coming back to T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas this September.
Superstar artists from every genre.
Streaming live only on Hulu.
Buy tickets now at AXS.com.
Stories that didn't make the cut. And today we're going to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. And Fritz, thanks for hanging out with us today. We appreciate you.
Always. Thank you.
And Moses, thanks for being here.
Happy to be here, Sean.
And we were just talking. It's like so easy to get your case started after an accident with Mo DeWitt and the DeWitt Law Firm. Obviously, you go to the website, justcallmo.com. Sometimes, though, people are weird. I mean, people have like such anxiety about getting on the phone and actually talking to somebody. So you could text, all right? You could just send over a text and get things started. How do people do that, actually?
They just text the number on the website, or,
okay.
or you can text 1-800-DeWitt-LAW, or you can call, what is it, 866-CALL-MO?
Mm-hmm.
I should know the phone numbers.
That's the number.
And if you want to call, and even if it's 2 a.m., they'll try to get you in touch with somebody. If they can't, we'll call you back as soon as we're available.
Because sometimes what people do is it's like a weekend or something, and they go and they approach like 3 different law firms, and they wait to hear back from somebody because they filled out these web forms. Just text 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MO, and you could start your case that way. It's very, very easy to do. After an accident, you take care of yourself. People still feel weird about this. I don't know why they do this. You know who loves that? The insurance company.
Yep.
Big fans of the idea that people are afraid to be, it's like shameful to be suing somebody.
Yeah.
When in fact, you're just protecting yourself. And I think that's what you should do. So after an accident, a workplace injury, any of that good stuff, reach out, 866-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. All right, let's see what we got here. Let's do at least one final dispatch. Here is Jinx with a good, bad movie.
Hey, y'all. Have any of y'all seen the movie Ong Bak, Muay Thai Warrior?
No.
It's pretty good. Have a good day.
No, and I'm not only haven't I seen it, I've never even heard of it in my life.
No.
That's brand new for me. So I'll have to get that on my radar maybe.
Mo Manji said Con Air, which I think is a great, great movie.
Poor Nicolas Cage. The guy's out there. He makes great movies, too, just for the record.
Put the bunny back in the box.
Pig was good. Then Under the Merciless Weight of Unbearable Talent. Whatever
that was good.
The one with Pedro Pascal, right?
Yeah, that was a great movie. He's fantastic in some of these. I like him a lot. And the Dracula movie he did was really good.
Very good.
That was so unexpected for me. When I saw that, I was like, Nicolas Cage in a Dracula movie. Not on my list of things that I thought I would enjoy.
Didn't have it on your 2023 bingo card?
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. Let's see what's going on out there. They say Target sales are in, and they actually have been hit by this backlash they received over the whole Pride Month display.
No!
The retailer said it expected sales to decline again in the current quarter and has lowered their profit goal for the full year. Executives said they will still mark Pride Month next year, but with a more focused assortment of merchandise. So it sounds like they're changing things around a little bit. DeSantis appointees are asking a judge to rule against Disney without the need for trial. What's your gut say on this, Mo? Because DeSantis was like, Disney should just drop the case. They should just drop this and go away. Do you think Disney drops that case, or
not at this point in time? And really, that's kind of a misleading headline because it probably just means they filed a motion for summary judgment.
Mm-hmm. That's what they did.
Yeah, which, I mean, people do in cases all the time. There's nothing unique about that, frankly.
But DeSantis did say in an interview, he said, I want Disney to just drop it. We're ready to move past it and go on to something else. Hopefully they drop the case. But
it is a little late for that.
But Disney might just want to try to win on the merits, you know? And they also might want to just get away from the culture war stuff. But it's very possible they go, we've got a good case here. And we want to establish some boundaries so maybe this doesn't happen again. It'll be interesting to see what they go with.
I just thought it was weird that he was like, I've moved on from this Disney thing. I no longer care about the Disney thing. But they should drop the case so that I win. I still think I should win, and the whole fairness thing, we could go on for a while about that, but
here
we're done.
We go. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
And another thing.
So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Wednesday, August 16th, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Today I learned this superhero.
Black Adam.
It's a she.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman is correct. Today I learned Gal Gadot was 5 months
just
pregnant.
not enough female superheroes that I wasn't definitely not Wonder Woman.
Shooting for Wonder Woman. So the costume department covered her belly with a bright green fabric, and then they digitally altered it, like green screened her belly in the movie because she was pregnant during the filming of that movie. Today I learned 88% of households in America have air conditioning, thank God. Only 20% of homes in Europe have AC. A lot less of them in the UK because the weather tends to be a little bit colder or milder. And today I learned this group right here.
Come on, Mo, you got this.
Beastie Boys. The Beastie Boys, that's right, Moses. The king of all boom boxes. If you know anything about them, you know it's the JVC RC M90. And this was produced in 1981. LL Cool J and the Beastie Boys made this boom box the most famous boom box on the planet. And now the competitive environment around any auction related to these things makes it so they go sky high into the thousands and thousands of dollars for these old boom boxes.
Are those the ghetto
bastards? The ones you put on your shoulder and walk down the street? Seems like a bad thing to do. Thanks, Mo. Appreciate you. Don't forget, justcallmo.com. Fritz, again, thank you for hanging out.
Thank you.
Sealand, you're required to do all this.
You're out of time. So.
We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place.